all Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You guys doing turkey? You doing turkey for Thanksgiving?
I am doing turkey breast.
Oh, turkey breast.
Yeah, I gave up on the full bird. I went shopping this morning.
Interesting. All right, you're coming around.
I got the stone crabs ordered. I went and got the ribs. We're at Publix, and little Chan says, "Daddy, we're not gonna have any turkey." So I folded and got 2 turkey breasts on the smoke.
But you were gonna do no turkey for Thanksgiving. You were gonna follow the Hochman methodology.
I actually came around last year, and that on the pod, we talked about Thanksgiving on the podcast, and I held up for the Hawk Crowder and Solana show, and I told them, turkey, nobody wants turkey. Do something real. Y'all
when
got
he says
me.
He held up for the Hoch Crowder Solana show, he just stole your take for the pivot. By the way, I watched the episode. He just flat out stole your take, didn't give you credit.
That's all right. It's been happening on the Levitar show for years. I knew it was only a matter of time before it happened here. So no, what about you, Solana? You doing traditional Thanksgiving?
So I'm doing Thanksgiving with the fam. I've petitioned against traditional Thanksgiving. I said, Hawk has been doing this for years. He's right.
Last year was the first year. Remember, I've talked about this for years.
It, right.
Last year was the first year. And I think we're back to turkey this year.
And
no, I'm just teasing. Because we're going to be out of town. We're going up to Tampa because DJ didn't want to come home. So we're just going to follow him up there. But we're going to go to a restaurant that's in the hotel, the Renaissance.
Right.
Victor, they've got a very nice restaurant, Gabriella's.
Yeah.
And so they're doing their regular menu. So I can get like a hanger steak or something that I want to get. But they are doing a traditional Thanksgiving plate, which is what Lori wants and is what Lori wanted last year when I forbade it in the Hochman household. But she has found the loophole. Get out of the Hochman household. And you can find your traditional Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's right. Thanksgiving. Yeah. You have a problem with Thanksgiving?
Well, no, you're in Tampa. A little scurvy, right? Thanksgiving. We're doing a takeout bird. So a bird that's already been prepared.
Where are you getting it?
And they pretty much, I think from an Argentinian restaurant in Kendall called Puerto Madero. Big fan of Puerto Madero. But they prepare the whole thing.
That's
put
a good
mojo
idea.
in it.
Yes.
So it comes sliced already. You don't have to do anything. It's just ready to go.
Yes.
I basted mine. I injected it with Creole butter. I already seasoned it. It's marinating. Full smoke after 2 days. It's going to be delicious.
But it's just the turkey breast.
Yeah, just the breast. Oh, that big turkey's too much. It's too much. It takes 8 hours to cook.
Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. It's not worth the effort. It's worth the effort going to pick it up at a restaurant and then, you put it out on the table and God bless you. Jimmy, what's going on at the Garcia household on Thursday?
Just a normal Thanksgiving with a turkey.
Traditional, all the fixins.
All the fixins.
All right. 1 out of 4. I'm telling you, things are happening in the world of Thanksgiving because this was divisive for a while. And now 3/4 of the show is going sans turkey or bastardized versions of the traditional turkey.
I'll tell you, in Publix, there's not the big turkey section like it used to be. I think Hawk, I think you're getting onto the world with this.
I think something's happening.
My point on the pod, and we were talking, I said, when's the last time you went out? You're looking at a menu looking for the turkey dish.
Exactly.
No one's ever said, I want some turkey tonight. It's never been said in the history of time. We've been conditioned to eat turkey. I'm with you. Hell with turkey.
And it's like, they spend all day with, what's that, what's the noche, whatever, with the pig. And
Noche buena?
Yeah.
Like a cajachina?
Yeah. Like all day. Well, that's worth it. The payoff there, like you go, this is going to take all day, but it's worth it. The turkey takes all day as well. And by the time it comes out, everyone's like, turkey. Mm-hmm. I hope it's not too dry. Mm-hmm. Let me soak it in some gravy. I don't know.
It had a renaissance, though, with the frying of the turkey.
Yes.
People buying the big boilers.
Yes.
And I think it had a bit of a renaissance. There's no doubt about it.
Fried turkey is fire. Like I'm down with fried turkey.
But I think people over that as well. It's too much. You got to buy the big.
Well, it's no longer unique. People liked it because it was unique.
Right. And the fried turkey brought back the firemen on Thanksgiving because everybody's burning their damn house down.
Yeah, they take the frozen
Hey,
turkey, throw it right in the oil.
hey, Hawk, just something, I try to help you out with this because, DJ's my boy. You invite DJ home for Thanksgiving. He says no, so then you follow him to school. I don't think he wants you up there on Thursday.
Yeah, we're having a nice Thanksgiving meal. We're taking the Bright Line, as a matter of fact, because we were up in Orlando, last week. I didn't want to drive back up, so we're gonna Bright Line up to Orlando on Thursday. He's gonna pick us up in Orlando. Gonna head over. We're gonna watch some football at the Renaissance all day. Gonna have a nice little Thanksgiving meal, and then we'll all get on with our lives.
Yeah. Hey, Solana, come over to my house. I don't want to come. Okay, I'm headed to yours. It's just,
Yeah.
it's kind of. I just
Listen,
don't know if
either
you
you're part of the family or you're
recognize.
not. You're either part of the family or you're not.
I want you to recognize
Today,
that.
we have a lot of stuff to get to. There's the possibility that the Hurricanes actually make the ACC championship game.
Yep.
And after they were left for dead, Alex Dono is going to join us this hour. He's going to explain it to us because this needs some splaining. I don't know if it's time to have the conversation yet about the Miami Heat because there's only been 17 games played so far this season. But there might be a conversation that needs to be had about them being, at the very least, a top 4 seed in the East.
I give it to Solana because we were saying play in, and you were saying they could be a top 6. We were going top 6, I think, this summer. And they're playing some ball, and they're getting guys back healthy. Tyler hadn't played yet. Solana, you might have been on something, bro. I give you credit where credit's due.
Now, you know what's going to happen tonight, though. No Norman, and Tyler's back. They're going to get blowed out by a very bad Dallas team, and everyone's going to say, got to trade Tyler, and this is Norman Powell's team. I know what's going to happen tonight. I've seen this before. I know what's going to happen.
And also they have one of the greatest coaches in NBA history. Maybe he's just, overcoming a roster deficiency.
I'm just saying it's 17 games. So I don't, and Will Manso is going to join us today so we can ask him, but I don't know. Is it too early to have this conversation? Do we need more games than 17?
Here's what I would say about that. Through 17 games, you're right. You can't start making legitimate, takes on are they contenders or not. I'm with you. But through 17 games, they're still number 1 in pace. They're still a top 5 defensive team. They lead the game in the NBA in points per game. They lead the league in assists per game. They're doing all these things that would have been easy to hold up for 5, 6, 10 games, fine. But they're doing it now through almost the first quarter of their season.
That's why I'm asking, is it time to have the conversation? Because it hasn't been like a spate of a week and a half. This has been for a full 17 games.
Without Tyler.
Yeah.
And Norm, consistently, when healthy, has been blowing expectations out of the water. And I promise you guys, you laughed when I brought up Davion Mitchell, but look at every player on this roster. They're all contributing on a nightly basis. Maybe the numbers don't pop off the stat sheet every night, which I know Crowder's looking at right now. But Kalel Ware, over the past 7 games, is averaging a double-double. I really think we're watching Kalel take that next step. Bam gets to play a different style of offense. It feels different this year. It really does.
I had to look this up, so I'm not finding a stat to kill you, but this stat's about to kill you. Just this pace of play thing, NBA pace of play leaders, pace of play. And I'm just looking like, what does that mean? I'm looking at the teams that are at the top of the pace of play. The Heat, the Bulls, the Trailblazers, the Mavericks, the Wizards, the Kings. They're all bad teams, or majority of them are bad teams. Like the pace of play, I don't think has anything to do with your success.
It does, but you're right. That's why their net rating offensively, their offensive rating rather, is not a top 5 offensive rated team in the NBA. However, look at all those teams you just mentioned. They're bottom 10 in offensive rating. The Heat aren't. They're floating around 12, 13, 14 without Tyler Hero. And defensively, Crowder, look at the defensive rated teams compared to the offensive rated teams. The Kings, the Bulls, those teams aren't good defensively. Miami's third in defensive rating, which is why their net rating, when you combine the two, is high. Again, I'm just saying, look at the full picture.
And what are they averaging? 180 points a game?
275 points.
Because if you do that for a season, you're going to win. I just know if you're going to put up that many points, you're going to win.
But compared to last year, Hawk, if they would have scored 100 we were celebrating.
I know.
Oh, they scored 100.
I know. No, it's fun. They're fun. I mean, regardless of whether you believe they're a top 4 seed or not, they're fun. I like scoring. I like it in football, basketball, baseball. Like, I like high point totals, and they give it to you.
17 games, 124.9 points a game. That's
crazy. It's crazy numbers.
Anyway,
Anyway,
wow.
Sports Talk on WQAM is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. As I mentioned, Dono from Locked On Canes is going to join us. Will Manso is going to join us. Doug Plagans, I think they're in Nashville, right?
They play the Predators.
All right. So Doug Plagans from the great city of Nashville, Tennessee, will join us. Today is my birthday. I am 56 years old. The reason I bring it up, I walk in every day. First of all, I've got my birthday Starbucks.
Mhm.
If you don't stop at Starbucks and get your free coffee on your birthday, you're not doing birthdays right. There is nothing more pleasurable than a birthday Starbucks. I get to the radio station. I'm the only person here who uses a locker. Right? I think out of 100 employees, I'm the only one who uses a locker every single day. I keep my headphones in there, my mic screen, keep everything in there. I open my locker when I get here. There is an ice cold Coke Zero waiting for me, courtesy of one Jimmy Garcia. So thank you, Jimmy. That was
You're welcome, Hawk.
a delightful birthday treat when I got here today. I mean, the rest of these scoundrels are talking about let's buy all the Coke Zero out of the machine so that Hoch doesn't have any. And in the meantime, dear Jimmy, my good friend, is leaving me an ice cold Coke Zero waiting for me in my locker.
You know what's funny though? On the one I bought it on, that was the last Coke Zero. Okay.
I just did that. I'm sorry. It was too easy. I got to go give him a hug.
That was hilarious, Jimmy. You got me. Oh, that's precious. They're
That's
hugging.
adorable. You guys
Hey,
won't
man,
kiss?
don't touch no, you know my rule. Don't touch nobody. Y'all just touched.
Mhm.
I appreciate that.
I was hoping you all would let that sit. I just wanted to see where Jimmy would get to on that. It was like, okay, Jimmy will be 40 on Wednesday.
Wow.
Jimmy leaves his 30s and turns 40 this Wednesday.
Yep.
Wild, man.
All downhill, Jimbo.
You ain't lying,
Well,
man.
looks like it caught you early though. Looks like it got to you a little early.
Yeah, I did. Even though I don't look 40.
Oh, who the hell said that? Anyway, let's get headlines with Solana. Brought to you by Durrell Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Volkswagen, DurrellVolkswagen.com.
Man, we've got Thanksgiving coming up. We've got 56, huh? You can't pronounce any words. By the way, thanks for offering to buy me a Starbucks coffee. I see you went to Starbucks. Appreciate that.
You want me to bring you an ice cold coffee from Deerfield Beach?
By the way, Hoch, I see what you did there, showing the Heat a little bit of love after they kicked your Bulls' ass. Heady play by you.
No question about it.
Heady play.
But I will tell you, because I was talking with Solana before the show, like the Bulls, they did not perform against the Heat. There's no question. But Solana is slightly blinded by this Heat talking about them like they're the Showtime Lakers. And the Bulls are like 2 games worse than them in the standings. Like that was why I said, is it time to have that conversation? Because through 17 games, are you going to stick a fork in the Bulls? And are you going to launch the Heat into the upper echelon of NBA history? Like, it just seems a little bit early.
Listen, the answer to that is no, Hawk. They're not a contender. They're not going to be a contender. I thought it was, a
No, I don't know about that.
question. No,
I don't know. I don't know if they're not a contender. I really don't.
For contender for what? To make the playoffs without the play-in tournament? Yes. To win something for real? Come on, man.
I mean, there's who in the East do you look at where you go, that team runs circles around the Heat?
who is it? The Pacers?
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. The Pacers, yeah, the 2-14 Pacers.
Not the Pacers, the Pistons. My bad, the Pistons. with the
Detroit's
little light
good.
skin, with the light skin boy.
Again, where
What's
you
light
go,
skin at?
Cade Cunningham. But again,
Yeah.
where you go, this team runs circles. You're in the West and you're watching OKC.
Oh,
Like you go, hey, well, who can compete? It's going to be OKC in Denver. I just don't see how it's unless injuries happen. In the East, I'm telling you, Detroit looks good. But you look at them and go, wow, Cade Cunningham will just have his way with Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat. And again, I'm not crowning them. I'm saying there might be a conversation that needs to be had about this team because the East, and again, no fault of the Heat, the East is a little depleted right now.
Yeah. No.
So this is when you can take advantage.
It's why they traded for Norman Powell.
And this is where a guy like Eric Spoelstra shows why he's a Hall of Fame coach.
and then maybe what the Cavs did us last year is still in my mind. Just, and it's a different team. I understand that.
Different team. That team was reeling when they got to the playoffs. They didn't know what hit them. This is a revitalized, re-energized organization that plays a completely different style of basketball.
Yeah.
Bulls are better, but again,
right. 38 points better, you would say?
I'm just saying the Bulls
better?
might be better. The Bulls might be better.
I'm in a black hole here. The Hawks are going to go way too far left. Solana's going way. They're winning the championship, or now the Bulls are the best team in the world.
Well, how about this? Who in the NFC wants to face the Bears in the playoffs?
The Rams.
And who in the AFC would want to face the Dolphins in the playoffs?
Miami, Carroll City.
Yeah. All right, I may have pushed it a little too far. All right, give us that.
The Dolphins are.
Have you ever heard of just appeasing your elders when they say something? You just say, yes, Pops. And you talk about him after he leaves the room. After he leaves the room. Did you hear what Pop said about the Dolphins?
There you go, Hawk. Dolphin. Let's go, Dolphins, Hawk. We got you.
Right. We got you. We're going to get you those tickets.
The Dolphins are in all of the in the hunt graphics. At least they were yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They host the Saints on Sunday. Then they're at the Jets, the Steelers, who might be without Aaron Rodgers. Bengals are getting Joe Burrow back. Bucks might be without Baker Mayfield.
Got injured.
And the Patriots, final week of the season, that might not need to win to lock up the AFC East. Who knows if they'll still be fighting for the top seed in the AFC? Maybe not. Maybe they'll have it locked up by then as well. It's interesting.
It's interesting.
Did y'all watch Teddy Bridgewater last night?
No.
He went in for Baker Mayfield, got hurt.
Oh, he did? They were up like 30, like Rams were up 31-7 or something at half.
Yeah,
and
Baker got hurt.
I turned it off. Yeah.
Oh my, he looked, and this is my buddy too. He looked so old. It was hilarious. Like a dude slapped his ankle, he fell down and hit his head. You talking about Grandpa? Like, Grandpa coming out the game now.
No, not Teddy.
And the Bucks were so promising, but Baker was bad off. He was winning.
Well, he doesn't. I mean, Mike Evans got hurt, right? And
no, everybody's been hurt for them. Godwin has been out for the entire season.
Yeah.
He came back, looked like a shell.
And my guy Wirfs on the offensive line. Did Tristan Wirfs go down too?
Hey, but your boy Verse from Florida State, he picked Wirf up one time and dumped him on his head and sacked Teddy Bridgewater.
Did he?
Yes, I said, "Oh my goodness!"
Wirfs said, "I can't put too much effort into protecting this guy. He can barely move."
They're in their last 5 games, they're 1-4. They've lost to the Lions by double digits. They lost to the Patriots. They lost to the Bills by double digits. They lost to the Rams in blowout fashion. They've only beaten the Saints 23-3. Yeah. It seems like not the Buccaneers are.
It was promising for a while, but they're just too injured.
Yeah.
They'll
make the playoffs, but that's about it.
Win that damn division's easy as hell. NFC South,
Miami, Carroll City.
It's easier than the South Florida playoffs. That damn division.
I'll run through just your local headlines here. The Hurricanes do win 34-17. But if you ask ESPN, they escaped at Vautech.
All right. Well, we're going to talk with Dono. That's why I want to get to Dono, because I got to hear what he has to say.
Canes finish off the season at Pitt. That's a Saturday game at noon. The Heat do play the Mavs. They're winners of their last 4, 7:30 tonight. They're 8.5-point favorites. Hero expected to make his return, but Norman Powell has been ruled out. Second night of a back-to-back. Inter Miami blew out FC Cincinnati 4-0. They advance into the Eastern Conference Finals. They're going to play New York City FC. And because NYCFC knocked off the 1 seed, they're actually behind as the 5 seed in the East. Miami will host that game as the top seed now in the Eastern Conference.
I wanted to have Whittingham on today to talk about it. He's flying when we had an availability, but we'll have him on hopefully in the next couple of days.
Luckily, we got the next best thing right over here, Hoch.
Your brother's in?
I'd lob that one up for you. Happy birthday. The Panthers got rocked by the Oilers Saturday. Oilers fans are celebrating this victory like they won a Stanley Cup. Somebody should let them know they've lost the last 2. They're at the Preds tonight at 8 p.m. FIU clinched a bowl game. Shout out to Willie Simmons.
Very cool.
FSU decided, despite being a mockery in the ACC, they're going to bring back their head coach.
Yeah.
And the Gators,
Mike Norvell,
dropped to 3-8.
Woo!
Hey, but you see, Lane is thinking about it. Come on,
I think he's
now.
thinking about LSU, isn't he? I don't think he's thinking about you.
Let's just listen here. He doesn't really like Nick Saban. He doesn't want to follow Nick Saban's footsteps. He chooses Florida.
He wants to solidify himself as a better LSU coach than Nick Saban. Listen, to anyone who starts an answer with "listen here," you know they're flailing. They're drowning. Listen here. All right, listen here. Listen here. Listen to what I've got for you here. Listen here. Listen here.
Florida's not going to a bowl game. Can you just let me keep my little joy I can keep right now?
FIU going to a bowl game.
I said this at the start of the season, Hoch. FIU has a better chance at a college football playoff berth than the Florida Gators do over the next decade. I stand by that statement, and it's a true statement.
I don't believe you said that. I don't believe you said that. And you think for the next decade too?
For the next decade.
Are you forgetting SEC money?
Are you forgetting how many good teams are in the SEC? The Gators would have to go undefeated, win the SEC to get into the college football playoff.
You said a bowl game.
No, college football playoff. College football playoff, not a bowl game.
Yeah.
Can you, strength of win, strength of loss, y'all play Coke Bottle U every week.
Exactly. You go undefeated in Conference USA.
Listen, you go undefeated on Tuesday nights. You have no chance of going.
No chance.
Weather is sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems.
You nailed it, Pops.
Hey, Pacers back on top over there, Crowder, in whatever world you live in. Visit chillzoneac.com. Partly cloudy in South Florida. It's in the 80s.
So is the last Coke Zero in that aisle, Jimmy? Is that what you were saying?
That is correct.
All right. Alex Dono is going to join us next. It's that time of year. Opening day of championship meet at Gulfstream Park is around the corner. Guess when? This Thursday. Champions return to Gulfstream Park this Thursday. Opening day of championship meet, where the world's greatest jockeys, trainers, and thoroughbreds compete for glory every Thursday through Sunday. So whether you're enjoying premium trackside dining at 10 Palms, catching every race in Silk Simulcast Room, or standing front row on the apron, you'll feel the power, passion, and excitement of championship meet, and the weather is beautiful. Gulfstream Park, they also offer the hottest slots and electronic table games, so you combine the excitement of casino gaming with the thrill of thoroughbred racing in one electrifying destination. But again, opening day of championship meet starts Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Elevate your Thanksgiving Day with a unique and thrilling experience at 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. Gather your family and friends for an incredible spread at 10 Palms while you watch a full day of live racing. So if you have not yet planned your Thanksgiving Thursday, do it at Gulfstream Park. That is a Thanksgiving to remember. You can get all the details at gulfstreampark.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I love the colonoscopy. All right. This is very important in my estimation. And so we will get the real story from the real deal. And before we talk football, I always remind you the best place to get geared up with Canes or Dolphins merch this season is Caneswear in Davie or online at caneswear.com. Alex Dono is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He is the host of the Locked On Canes podcast, which you can hear anywhere. And he hosts our Canes postgame coverage. And this guy knows more about the Canes and the ACC than just about anyone I know. So what are the chances, Dono, that the Hurricanes actually play in the ACC championship game?
All right, so before I get into the scenarios, which I have written down because they're incredibly confusing, the FanDuel Sportsbook is giving Miami an 8.5% chance to make it to the ACC championship game. But in ACC terms, 8.5% might as well be 85% because you expect chaos in that conference, right? I mean, Georgia Tech has controlled their own destiny at times this year. Virginia, SMU was like out of it a few weeks ago, and now they're in it. So the only two teams that actually control their own destiny this Saturday are Virginia and SMU. So if they both win, that's your ACC championship game, and I'm sure they would set ratings records for that one, Virginia versus SMU. As far as Miami goes, here are, from what I understand, the four scenarios that would see Miami play for an ACC championship game. Obviously, you have to beat Pittsburgh. That's non-negotiable, but you need a bunch of other stuff to happen. So the first scenario is SMU wins and they play against Cal, who Cal just fired their coach, and SMU's favored by 10.5 points. So if SMU wins, Duke would also have to lose against Wake Forest, and Virginia would have to lose against Virginia Tech. So that's one scenario. Now, Virginia is a lot better than Virginia Tech, but keep in mind, Virginia Tech has beaten them, I think, 9 out of the last 10 meetings. So, it's the ACC, it's a rivalry, anything can happen there. Scenario 2 would be the Duke Blue Devils win, and SMU and Virginia both lose. And in that scenario, Miami would face Duke in the ACC championship game. You would get Mario versus Manny round 2. Scenario 3 would be if Virginia wins against Virginia Tech and Duke and SMU both lose, then Miami would face Virginia in the ACC championship game. And then scenario number 4 would be Duke, SMU, and Virginia all lose their games this weekend. And I'm not even sure who Miami would play maybe Georgia Tech in that championship scenario, but Miami would get in any of those 4 scenarios, in the words of Lloyd Christmas. So you're telling me there's a chance?
Dono, as I'm watching you, and I know you personally, and I'm seeing your UM shirt behind you, all the UM stuff, I don't know if I'm going to get a right answer on this, but you're talking about SMU, Duke, Virginia Tech. You're giving us the scenario. Is the justified disrespect of the ACC, is it a justified disrespect? Because those aren't very impressive teams, bro.
It's absolutely justified. And because you think about it, Miami, at least Miami's kind of close to being like a really good team, but Clemson was supposed to be a playoff team this year. Clemson odds-on favorite to win the ACC. Clemson's bad this year. Florida State, they blew out Alabama week 1. Like, you thought, hey, maybe Florida State's good again this year. They've been terrible. So, yeah, Crowder, when you're talking about a conference where the two teams that control their own destiny are SMU and Duke, and not that I want to disrespect SMU because they snuck into the playoff last year, but it's SMU. Yeah, the ACC hate is completely justified. They've also been pretty bad out of conference this year, the ACC. So it's been a really rough year for the ACC, and I can't really defend it.
But with that being said, Dono, are you not angry the way I'm angry watching Louis Riddick bring up a million times during the broadcast that this isn't an impressive victory? The graphic after the game on ESPN is that Miami survives at Virginia Tech. The bottom line on ESPN after they're showing just the ticker that the Hurricanes beat Virginia Tech 34-17, they know they let you know underneath only the second time Miami played a game outside of the state of Florida, which makes no sense for the ticker. Like, why are you even adding that in there? It does seem like the standards of victory and the standards of what makes a good victory, an impressive victory, are different when talking about the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, and in that same note, like I was watching later that night, Utah like needing multiple miracles to beat a bad Kansas State team, and the teams combined to score 100 points, and there was no defense. And I didn't hear that. Utah has been ranked in front of Miami in the CFP ranking. I didn't hear any of that. Like I didn't hear anybody saying Utah survived a scare. I heard, wow, look at that gutsy win by Utah. That's what playoff teams are made of. So the narrative is ridiculous. And you mentioned that thing where ESPN actually put on their crawl and on their headline, Miami survives scare. Miami was up by 2 or 3 scores for 43 out of 60 minutes in that game. And if you go by the live ESPN win percentage, I don't think it was ever below 95% in the second half. So surviving a scare, it sounds to me like they're trying to shape a narrative.
What about Pitt on Saturday? Does anything about this game make you nervous? Because you said we went through every scenario, but you said this all starts with the Hurricanes have to handle their business against Pitt. And we know from the past games like that, this is not a cakewalk.
It's not. Pitt is a really good football team. I actually, no outcome would surprise me. I was actually a little surprised, though, to see Miami favored by 6.5 points on the road for this game. I thought that'd be more of like a 3.5, 4.5 point type of deal. Pitt is legit, and Georgia Tech's defense has been really bad. That's not new for them. But they put up a ton of rushing yards against Georgia Tech, and that was without Des Reed. Like Desmond Reed is their top player. He's sort of like their version of Malachi Toney. They line him up everywhere. He's a matchup nightmare, and they essentially were resting him to play against Miami. So I assume Reed is going to play this week. He's a type of guy you have to game plan against. Pitt has a really solid defense. Their linebackers are always good under Narduzzi. Their defensive line is pretty good. This is one of those things where, if Miami plays the way that they've been playing for the better part of these last 3 victories, you should be able to go in there and get the win because you do have more talent, and you're getting some reinforcements back. We should be able to have David Blay back in the interior of the defensive line, and O.J. Frederic should be back, and C.J. Daniels should be back at receiver. The thing that I want Miami to exploit, the fact that Pitt does have a true freshman starting quarterback, where he's been able to beat up on the bad defenses, but when he's gone up against better defenses like Notre Dame, you get more of the deer in the headlights type of thing. So I need Miami to pressure Mason Heinzel, I should say. And then something about Pitt that I think is notable for this game. When we saw, for example, when Miami lost to Louisville, one of the big reasons why they lost that game was the Louisville coach, Jeff Brom, he got super creative. Like he knew we're not just going to beat this team if we line them up. I need to put 3 quarterbacks on the field at once. I need to throw the kitchen sink at these guys. That was the way Jeff Brom approached it. You never see that from Pat Narduzzi, the Pitt coach. Like Narduzzi is a little bit more, he's got more of that Mario Cristobal style mentality where no matter who he's playing against, he's just going to want to line it up and try to win the individual matchups. And I don't think that's how, if you're the less talented team, I don't think that's how you should approach Miami. Maybe he does it differently, but I think Narduzzi's just going to line them up and try to win the game straightforward. I think if they threw the kitchen sink, they'd have a better chance.
And Donald, as you've watched all these games, and it's getting down to the end, that's why we're talking about college football playoffs and percentages. But we knew Mesidor and Bain were going to be good, and they're damn good defensive ends. They can play ball. We assumed Carson Beck would be a Heisman Trophy candidate. He's had ups and downs. We didn't know about the young receivers. There was question marks, and there were solidified guys going into the season. Who has surprised you either way? What group or person has surprised you positively and negatively as you watched a lot of football? The Canes, watching the Canes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if I want to start with the negatively, there's been a couple guys that I thought would be big parts of the offense that just haven't been. Like Elijah Lofton at tight end, like he's caught touchdowns in the last couple of games, but I thought Lofton would be just, getting 7-8 touches per game and having 100-yard games and multiple touchdown games. He just, for whatever reason, hasn't had the mojo this year. He's had some drops. He's not been targeted nearly as much as you would think. I can't fully explain why. Jordan Lyle at running back, I thought would have like a mega year, Part of the reason why he hasn't has been injury. Like, he missed a big chunk of games early on, injured, and he hasn't really been the same since then. And with Lyle, not having kind of the bust out year, that's given on the positive end. Gerard Pringle, the true freshman running back who's played a lot these last 3 games, he's been excellent. And even though he didn't have a big rushing performance this past weekend, but he did catch a touchdown pass. And then the week before against NC State, he had 100+ yards. He's been a pleasant surprise. Jacoby Thomas in the back end of Miami's secondary, and it sounds like he's going to be able to play this week. He left the last game early. He's been sensational. He had that 2 interception game in the pick 6 game against NC State. He's been awesome. And some of the other outside of Bain and Mesidor, there's been some other good players on the defensive line, second-year defensive tackle Justin Scott. He's gotten a lot more playing time second half of the year with other guys injured, and he's starting to really look like the 5-star recruit that he was a couple years ago. So there's really been a number of players who have seized their opportunities. And then, of course, Malachi Toney. It's no longer a secret, but that dude is one of the best players in the country.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what he has done this season, seemingly out of nowhere, because I didn't know till game 1 that whoa, because we had talked. I remember going into the season, we're like, they have any weapons? Is there any weapons? I remember that being a narrative. Are there any weapons for Carson Beck? And then all of a sudden you got your eyes opened by Malachi Toney. Alex Dono, you listen to him on Locked On Canes, and there's going to be a lot of hot and heavy action leading up to Saturday. So you say Hard Rock Bet has it at 8%, an 8% chance for the Canes to play in the ACC championship game?
Yeah, 8.5. So you don't want to shortchange the extra 0.5%. That's going to be the difference, the extra half.
No, I want that 0.5%. I'm not giving that to anybody for no reason. Finally, are you doing traditional Thanksgiving, Dono? Are you having a turkey and stuffing, or do you do something a little more outside the box, being that you're an Italian?
Yeah, all the above. We have a really big spread. My father is the primary cook for that. There's going to be the traditional stuff, turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes probably, but he does extra. There's usually some kind of a pasta dish. There's usually an additional meat because turkey's very overrated. So there's usually an additional meat, like a roast pork or something. Yeah, there might be some gabagool as well. Yeah, and there's going to be like a shrimp appetizer. There's going to be a big spread.
Shrimp?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's outside the box.
Saffron shrimp is one of his specialties.
Saffron shrimp.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a warm shrimp dish?
It's a warm shrimp dish. And usually it's served inside a puff pastry.
Wow. I love a puff pastry. Who doesn't love a puff pastry?
Oh, saffron is one of the most expensive seasonings in the world.
Is that so?
Well, it is so, but so my father, he goes to Italy every year, and he stocks up on saffron there because it's cheaper in Europe for some reason, and he has a small suitcase that's basically full of saffron and other food items that he brings back with him.
I've seen that show, To Catch a Smuggler.
Yeah.
Right. This guy, and they go into the room. This guy had 40 pounds of gabagool and 68 bottles of saffron. And we're trying to get a hold of a family member to see if there's something going on. Dono, thank you as always. We appreciate your insight with the Hurricanes, and we appreciate the time. And happy Thanksgiving to you, pal.
Happy Thanksgiving, and I'm going to try to have those scenarios straight because I don't know who to root for and who against this Saturday.
There's way too many moving parts for me.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for me and me only. There's way too many moving parts.
No, for me as well.
I'm just going to have to follow you on Twitter and see after the game is I'm just worried about the Canes beating Pitt. Let the Canes beat Pitt, and then I'll start trying to figure out what's going on after that. Is there any scenario, by the way, where Notre Dame should be placed ahead of Miami in the college football playoffs?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, my Twitter timeline is just full of people with shamrock emojis in their descriptions, arguing with me all day. But it's at the end of the day, shouldn't head-to-head, when you have the same record, head-to-head should be the first tiebreaker. I don't get it.
Seems like it. All right, Alex Dono. We appreciate it, Dono.
See ya.
There you go, Alex Dono, and we will continue talking about that all week, I guess, although it'll be a short week of shows for us. We're only here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Do not go anywhere. We've got a lot of stuff to get to still.
It's the showdown on the Sawgrass at Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall, and they are saving you money right now on all these beautiful cars. It's the showdown at the Sawgrass. And first off, the 2024 Chevy Silverado and the 2024 GMC Sierra, they are on the lot. Beautiful trucks, and both with huge savings of $15,000 off. Then the 2025 Chevy Equinox, it has a knockout lease deal. They're just trying to save you money down there at Ed Moore's. Knockout lease deal of only $189 a month for a 2025 Chevy Equinox. Then the Buick Encore show-stopping lease deal of only $139 a month. Is getting better and better. And the grand finale, 0% financing on select models. With all these brands, they are battling for your service, for your customers, and they're going to win you over and save you money. Silverados and Sierras are the 15 grand off. Equinox is $189 a month. Encore's $139 a month, and 0% financing on select models. With deals this good, the real champ is always you. And remember, Ed Morris, they're always in your corner trying to save you money. And you got to be backed by Morris through the sale, through the trading, through the lease, through the service. It's amazing to be backed by Morris. Visit Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall or go to edmoresawgrass.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You're not going to learn anything about sports on this show. I'm sorry, you're not. But I know McDonald's. Remix. Oh, Hall and Oates. Adult education. I like it, Jimmy. That's a birthday present right there. Appreciate it, buddy.
Oh, man.
Let's just listen to this for this segment. Everybody down with that? Can we just listen to Hall and Oates this segment?
Yeah. How old were you when this came out?
This is high school.
Good times.
This is, I'm going to guess, mid-'80s.
High school, your good times. I would guess UM were your good times.
UM, great times. High school was great times too, man.
High school too, yeah.
But none better than Starbucks today for my free coffee. That was the best time of my life.
That's revisionist history there.
Does anybody understand the Canes ACC championship scenarios better now that Donna was on? Because I don't. I'm as confused as I was when I was trying to piece it together on Twitter.
I'm more confused, but
Yeah.
that's just normal for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally understand. I feel like you, Jimmy. Listening to Donna. Listen, it's a long shot at best, but that's sometimes in sports, that's all you're left with is these long shot chances, right? I mean, as silly as it sounds, I think there's something fun about seeing Dolphins in the hunt after the season they've had.
Yeah.
It's November 24th, and we're seeing Dolphins in the hunt graphics. It's absurd, but it is kind of fun, isn't it?
Yes. To be invited to the party, or maybe, I guess at least you're in the conversation. Yeah.
Like, at least you're in the conversation. Tennessee's not in the conversation, you know?
No.
The Dolphins, if things go, I'll give you 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored here, abbreviated. It's brought to you by the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models for a limited time. Learn more at Lexus.com. Solana mentioned it earlier. You've got New Orleans coming up Sunday, right? Then the New York Jets. Those are two very winnable games, okay? You can have a 4-game win streak going on all of a sudden. Then you're at Pittsburgh, which, by the way, is a Monday night football game.
Yep.
It could be flexed. I saw Barry Jackson before his account got hacked.
Yeah.
He had tweeted out something like, the NFL has opted not to flex it at this moment, but they do have the ability to do so. But although Mason Rudolph looked all right yesterday, I watched Pittsburgh because they were playing the Bears. But you've got, it's still winnable regardless. I think any game, even if it's Aaron Rodgers, I think Aaron Rodgers or Mason Rudolph, that's a winnable game. And then all of a sudden after that, you've got Cincinnati. I think I saw Joe Burrow is playing Thursday, for sure.
He has been cleared.
Yeah, okay.
He's going to play.
And then you've got Tampa. Solana mentioned Baker Mayfield was hurt. Who knows how they're going to limp in at the end of the season. And the final game of the year is against New England. My wife said to me yesterday, because I didn't realize it, she said, do they have the best record in the NFL? And I looked at the standings, and they do. The New England Patriots have the best record. Yeah. Who are they tied with? I think Denver, maybe. Denver have the
Denver and the Patriots.
I mean, that's insane, man. That's insane. But there is a scenario where the Dolphins string together a bunch of wins here at the end. I think, again, it's a very slim chance because I saw a write-up about the teams ahead of even if they finish 10-7, it would be like the slimmest of odds that they would be a wild card team. But it is kind of fun for the Hurricanes. They were left for dead after the 2 losses. Oh, our ACC championship game dreams are over. And sports has a funny way of giving you a little bit of hope sometimes when there seemingly was none.
If this is the prom, and I think Solana might fall in this category. Some people don't like to be the girl serving the juice, even though she's there. They have to be the prom queen. They don't just want to sneak in the back of the door and say they were at prom, where I think there's a large number of Dolphin fans that would rather be Tennessee than just sneak in the back door.
That's no question. But I'm just saying reality is what reality is. would you rather have an epically bad season rather than put together some sort of winning streak at the end that's going to end up being fruitless? Probably. I mean, it makes sense, but that's not the reality. The reality is they're playing as good football as they've played all season. They have terrible opponents coming up, and they are not going to be in the hunt for the top 3 picks in the draft. They just won't be. I don't see them losing to the Jets. I don't see them losing to New Orleans, to be quite honest, on Sunday. So it just is what it is.
And Solana said it. Does New England have anything to play for? They might beat some good teams. The teams we're talking about they need to beat. They might beat them just because of how it plays out. I'm not even the draft chaser. Now we're picking 18 again. We can miss on 18. We can miss on 3. We miss on 5. My problem with them going on a run here and winning 9 or 10 games is that we go back into next year saying McDaniel's the guy. Tua figured it out. When we start slow every damn year, then we win late, and then we're going to be on this damn hamster wheel. The hamster wheel is what I don't want. I don't want us to lose, but I don't want to jump back on McDaniel and Tua a little bandwagon again.
Like I say, you just don't have a choice in the matter because they're going to try to win every game that they have remaining on the schedule. And it's not one of those seasons where the front office says, hey, let's shut it down and focus on next season. That has not been Stephen Ross's mantra this season ever. And it certainly isn't Mike McDaniel's. It's not Tua. And so I think they're going to end up potentially being on that hamster wheel again. But again, my point is you don't have a say in the matter. You know, like somebody put up their Crowder preach. But what are you preaching? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I'm telling you, the reality is the Dolphins have figured a little something out, and their schedule is doing them a massive favor now at the end of the season. If the favor is winning games, you don't have any say in the matter. So sit back and enjoy in the hunt. I mean, you can't, like preach Crowder. Like, you guys want to gather on a street corner and hold up signs, please lose Dolphins? Like, it's just fruitless.
No. We could kidnap Achan. That'll pretty much do it.
Well, that would do it.
Well, no, I mean, if Austin Jackson comes back, if Liam Eichenberg came back, I feel pretty good about those two ruining whatever good mojo.
No, I was going to say, then you have a direct path to the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Look, I
just Liam in there.
Yeah, you got some actual protection now.
I get what you're saying, but I'm kind of with the people. I want this to be fun because I'm always going to root for fun, but I'm with the people who are saying, hey, all this is doing is delaying the inevitable.
No, I get it.
And you're giving, once again, false hope into a formula has proven to let you down time and time again.
I get it. But what are you going to do about it? What can be done about it?
Nothing.
Literally nothing. I'm telling you, literally nothing. They're not going to try to stop winning.
Yeah.
So what, like this notion of no, this is bad. This is okay. Then don't watch. Like, you're just going to have to tune out then, because we all see how this is playing out. Somebody says, make McDaniel play strong safety. That would do it. There's a solution. So this guy, Saint Double K, came up with a solution. I like guys who have solutions. This guy came up with a solution.
It's like complaining about the.
I promise you, Mike McDaniel will be better than Ethan Bonner in the backfield. I promise you.
It's complaining about the weather. Them clouds ain't leaving, no matter how much we're upset by them. Yeah.
What are you gonna have? Somebody says, kidnap H.N. Did you watch Celtic Pride on your flight?
Great movie.
That is a good movie.
Excellent.
It is a great movie.
Does anyone want to talk about this? Josh Giddey, as of Saturday night, now has more triple doubles than Kobe. Is he a better basketball player overall than Kobe Bryant?
Let's get back on this kidnap thing. I don't know.
Headlines are brought to you by Durrell Volkswagen. I texted that to Jim Larinaga this weekend. I texted to Jim Larinaga the graphic that Josh Giddey now has more career triple doubles than Kobe. And then I wrote to Coach, is there an argument that Josh Giddey is better than Kobe at basketball?
Did you by chance hear the Larinaga segment last week?
I did.
Okay, he's not really a fan of yours, Hawk. I don't know if you want to keep poking this bear.
I didn't see it that way. Anyway. Let's do headlines. Headlines are brought to you by our friends at Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com.
Speaking of Josh Giddey, speaking of your Chicago Bulls, we've played Hawk or Turkey in the past.
Mhm.
I believe Crowder or Elephant also had a debut on this show.
Yep.
May I interest you in some Keyshawn Johnson or Dog?
I saw that. I saw the video of it, and it's remarkable. Like, remarkable how he channels an actual dog.
That was him?
That's Keyshawn Johnson.
That's good.
Or is it?
No, it's Keyshawn Johnson. I saw
Nice.
I saw the video. It's remarkable. Like, he got into character. Like, that was character acting.
Mhm.
That was Daniel Day-Lewis after the game. It was crazy to me.
He was saying he's the dog.
He's got the dog in him.
He's got the dog in him. Yeah. Amy Audibert asked him, what does an NBA dog sound like? And so after months of hearing Hawk push this Josh Giddey agenda and this Montas Buzelis agenda, all it took to shut it down was Keyshawn Johnson going into the United Center and dominating both of them. Just fabulous. Keyshawn Johnson, Hawk.
First of all, let's put some respect on Montas Buzelis' name, not Montez Buzelis. And secondly, they didn't shut anything down in one game out of 82.
Pelle Larsson windmilling with the Bulls down 40 points was literally the best thing I've ever watched in my entire life.
That was
in my
amazing.
entire life.
Your entire sporting life.
I don't need Pornhub anymore. Jimmy, go ahead, change your OnlyFans password. I have Pelle Larsson windmilling at the United Center with the Bulls down 40 to the Miami Heat.
Heat tonight are 7.5-point favorites over Dallas. Bulls tonight are 5.5-point favorites on the road at New Orleans, which might be the biggest disaster of a team that has a superstar on it in the history of the NBA.
Yeah.
Can you recall? I mean, there was a Kobe year that was ridiculously bad, if I remember, right? There was a Lakers season.
Well, it was
Kobe was at the end of his career, though. There's a difference between Kobe at the end of his career and Zion Williamson at the beginning of his career.
No, it's the season that they traded for Steve Nash, Dwight Howard. They paired their own big three to go up against the Heat's big three.
No, but wasn't there a season where Kobe was making $30 or $40 million and he wasn't worthy of that kind of salary, but Kobe never took a discount? Am I remembering a season where, I mean, it was like brutally bad, but he was making monster money?
The Lakers being brutally bad, maybe after Shaq left, and Kobe was just putting up ridiculous numbers, but he was still playing up to the level of his contract.
I don't feel like he was. Anyway, is Josh Giddey better? I don't know. It remains to be seen.
Who were you comparing Kobe to?
Josh Giddey.
That's crazy.
Josh Giddey has more career triple-doubles, and Josh Giddey's what, 22 years old?
Duncan Robinson has more threes than Shaq.
Yeah, but they play different positions.
Just you can find a stat to say anything. Get out of here. Josh.
That's not saying anything. Triple-doubles are hard to come by in the NBA, and Josh Giddey has more in a much shorter period of time than Kobe.
So by your metric, Russell Westbrook is the greatest player in the history of the league?
No. I'm just asking head-to-head. Are they – all I asked was, is Giddey better than Kobe?
So you think Russell Westbrook's better than Kobe?
I mean, is there an argument to be made?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you guys want to be blind-ass fans, go ahead. I look at numbers.
Oh.
Speaking of that Heat Bulls game, on Friday – Hawk and Crowder gave me an assignment. I don't know if you guys even remember this.
I was told that you did it. I have not heard this.
Right.
I was told you did it.
So just a little recap. Joe Zagacki said this on the Miami Hurricanes broadcast.
Tony with another touchdown, a scoring drive of 8 plays, 88 yards, orchestrated by Carson Beck. When everybody else's hair is on fire, Beck's head is in the refrigerator.
Love that line.
You asked me to work that into the preheat or just
somewhere around Tommy Tig.
The Heat broadcast somewhere to Tommy Tig.
Yeah.
This is the halftime show, and this is what I did.
Time for more of the halftime show on the Miami Heat audio experience.
Our score through 24, Miami 70, Chicago 52. Alejandro, I jokingly wondered pregame, 130, 140-ish scoring, maybe hitting 70. Where do we go from here to try to get a win?
Well, you're halfway there, aren't you? The
I
contributions have been great. Keep working the glass. Tommy, Norman Powell right now is playing outstanding. When everybody else's hair is on fire, his head is in a refrigerator. He constantly has an answer for whatever defense Chicago's playing. He's feeling it. I'd continue to ride him.
On the NBA scoreboard, 9 other games. Fourth quarter just beginning. Cleveland leads Indiana 103-86.
That's how I always want Joe Zagacki to react to Tom Bailey Jr.'s comments. Yeah, Tommy Tig has no time for your nonsense.
It was. If you listen to it closely, he goes, like very away from the mic. Yeah, and then he just barreled through.
By the way, Kobe Bryant's worst season with the Lakers was 2015-16, his final year when they finished 17-65.
Had a triple-double, though. Had a 60-point
game was his last
final game, yeah.
Wow. I watched that game. That was hell.
Let's finish up headlines because I don't have enough time with Will Manso so we could talk some Heat with him.
Some more local notes. Inter Miami is going to play in the Eastern Conference Final for the first time in franchise history. That'll be next weekend. They're going to get New York City FC.
All right.
The Florida Panthers play the Nashville Predators tonight, 8 p.m. in Nashville.
That game's on 560, I'm guessing?
AM 560, the Heat and the Mavericks, without Norman Powell, will be on FM 104.3 WQAM.
I'm guessing this goes without saying there's no Anthony Davis for the Mavericks tonight.
No Anthony Davis.
Did you see that stat I sent you over the weekend? That Cooper Flag has played more games for the Mavericks than Anthony Davis?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Injured guys stay injured, man. Come on. I don't know why they're surprised by this.
Injured guys stay injured. That is true.
Yeah, he's doubtful for the game, so I don't think he'll be making his debut this season.
Wow.
He's doubtful in life.
It's crazy.
No, I mean that's the worst trade in the history of sports.
In the history of sports.
It has to be. Even if Cooper Flag ends up being a star.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't like one doesn't have anything to do with the other, in my opinion. You gave up an absolute superstar for an oft-injured superstar, but is he a superstar because he's oft-injured? I like saying oft-injured.
A Hall of Famer that drinks a lot of beer, and you couldn't stand him.
Right.
It's crazy.
Coming off a finals appearance.
Yeah.
It's just, That's
and
my
beloved
old
by the city, had no problems with anyone there. Like that just crazy.
That's why old Nico right now is unemployed. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but he's well paid. Probably see that. All right. Monday Night Football tonight, Niners, Panthers. And just to kind of round out headlines here, Shedeur Sanders got his first victory as a starter, his first start in the NFL. He finished 11 of 20, 209 yards. He had an interception, but he did have a touchdown. He threw it 3 yards behind him, and the running back took it to the house.
Hey, it doesn't matter how you get it.
But I do think he played decent.
He did.
He became the first Browns quarterback to win their first
They
career
looked
start
rejuvenated.
Since
That Browns team looked rejuvenated and revitalized. I'm watching Myles Garrett on the sideline. He's having the time of his life watching Shedeur out there. Like, he played well enough. He's going to start next weekend. There's no question. They already announced it. And it'll be interesting to see what he does. He's fun to root for. I love Dion. I think Dion, he's got a relationship with his boys that kind of the way that I had, I think, with my dad and that I have with my son, which is like, you have fun with them. You let them do what they got to do. But he looked all right. He looked okay enough. I mean, that's the best Cleveland's probably looked all season long.
Oh, for sure. And the way he approached it post-game, very modest and, reserved, was amazing.
Yeah, very modest.
best Cleveland's looked all season long outside of the win against Miami.
Understood.
Yeah, that hurts.
That hurt.
On the other side, the Raiders, who made Chip Kelly the highest paid coordinator in the NFL, they fired him after 12 games.
Woo, are they bad? And they
They
got to
are
get out of this
terrible.
Pete Carroll disaster too. They got issues.
Goodness
They
gracious.
got issues.
Your weather is sponsored by ChillZone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Visit chillzoneac.com. It is partly cloudy in South Florida. It's in the 80s.
We'll ask Will Manso next if Josh Giddey is better than Kobe Bryant. No, I won't waste his time with that. The week that kicks off holiday shopping is finally here this week. So this Friday is Black Friday, and that means a trip to Caneswear in Davie. And honestly, you'll probably be able to get something for everyone on your Christmas list, your Hanukkah list, with one visit to Caneswear. And if you don't want to wait till Friday, just go to Caneswear this week. Get an early jump on it, or shop online anytime you feel like it at caneswear.com. Make sure you download the Caneswear app as well. You can shop right off the app. You got the Dolphins at home hosting New Orleans Sunday. So you get to Caneswear in Davie. It's not just Canes merch there. It's Dolphins. It's Inter Miami. They're on to the next round. The Heat. The Hurricanes basketball team, Marlins, the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. Caneswear in Davie has it all. Something for everyone on your list. Shirts, hats, jerseys, shorts, hoodies, wall clocks, slides, phone cases, pennants. I mean, maybe you just want to get a Leo Messi t-shirt for someone on your list. They've got it there. So visit the store in Davie. It's on University Drive right next to La Spada's, or you can shop online at caneswear.com. But they honestly have anything Canes and more that you can think of. So make it a point to do your holiday shopping there. Caneswear.com is the website. Caneswear, the spot South Florida sports fans shop.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Cooper Flag is white. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Somebody puts on the chat, Ryan Clark has an Inspector Gadget coat on. I noticed that. I was watching it during the break. I noticed that as well. All right, let's get to Will Manso. He's on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Will Manso, sports anchor and reporter for Local 10 here in Miami. You see him on the Heat broadcasts on FanDuel Sports Network. Sun, Heat are in action tonight. They're 7.5-point favorites over the Dallas Mavericks. So I started the show today, Will, by saying, hey, is it time to have the conversation? Can we make some sort of determination about the Miami Heat? Even though it's only been 17 games, they have looked startlingly good, but I hesitate to go as far as Solana has gone with us because it only has been 17 games.
I'll meet you in the middle. I'll meet you. How about that? I'll meet you between Solana and Hoch, somewhere in that middle. Because I do think that's a pretty good body of work and the amount of games. It's not just that, the games they played, where they played, who they played, who they haven't been able to play themselves as far as in the lineup, and to come together and get off to an 11-6 start and be in potential shape to go to the NBA Cup and have an opportunity to win that near the top of the Eastern Conference. I don't think we can discard that as just fluky. There's something here.
Check 1, 2, test, and don't go on.
Can you not hear him, Crowder? Because you seem to be just staring at the camera.
No,
I can't see anyone right now. So.
Yeah, it was breaking up. With that, okay, I got it. Will, with that though, because we were talking about earlier too, and Hawk just brought it up, 125 points a game. But the defense, Solana brings up that too, where the defensive efficiency. I don't know if 125 can be sustained, but can it be? And is the defense, are you more impressed by what the defense can do with that pace on either side?
Yeah, look, I think the ones in the constant will always be the defense as long as Bam is healthy, right? Like we saw some cracks when Bam would miss some time, he missed 6 games. You see some cracks there, but still overall, the scheme, the idea of what they want to do is still there. And no matter what the offense is scoring, defense is always going to be such a focus for them. But I do think the pace is sustainable because you're seeing different bodies, different people come in and out. Look, tonight we're likely going to get the challenge. Okay, let's see what Tyler Hero looks like in this offense. That's going to be interesting to see, and I would think he's a perfect fit for it. So the way it's going right now, Channing, I don't see any reason why it couldn't continue, barring more injuries and obviously, stirring things up that way.
So what are realistic expectations for Tyler Hero? I know it's a little different tonight, Will, because Norman Powell is out. But how do you see this shaping up? There's a lot of questions. I'm not too concerned about how to look offensively. I have more questions about defensively. But in terms of who's going to lose playing time with Tyler Hero returning when everybody is healthy, that to me is a tough decision for Erik Spoelstra.
Yeah. First of all, I would love to see the day where everybody is healthy, right? Because early on, it was like, okay, how are you going to handle the playing time? Who's going to be on the court more often, Nico or Ware? And now Nico's hurt and Ware's just been phenomenal the last 6-7 games. Then you were wondering, okay, how's Norman Powell going to fit? But then Tyler missed time and Norman was sensational. Now Tyler's coming back. I mean, there's so many guys. Pella's been so good. You look at statistically, he may not be putting up big numbers. My goodness.
Where are you, Will? I got to ask where you are.
I'm at the arena. I'm sitting here watching Davion Mitchell take shots while they test the PA and they test the sound in the arena.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's enjoyable. We like
having boots on the ground. I was just I didn't know if you were at an airport or if you were at the arena. The arena makes more sense.
I'm at the arena. Though I will be testing on. I will say, guys, I'm tough for one out for you guys. I'm having colonoscopy tomorrow, so I've been taking the solution today. So, yes, I'm always within 90 feet by law of a bathroom while I'm here tonight. So just so you know.
Wait a second. This is fascinating to me because I've had 2, maybe 3 colonoscopies in my life, and the prep is brutal. Although I love being completely evacuated. I've made that clear on this show for a decade. It's one of my great joys in life. And as you get older, you'll recognize the importance of being completely evacuated. But have you ever had a colonoscopy?
I had one at 40. Now I'm 50, and they wanted to have one at 50 because I said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But the doctor said, hey, it's different than your 40. They now have these tablets. It's not that nasty solution.
Yes.
So I took the tablets this morning, the 12 tablets. It's disgusting because they're big tablets. You got to have all 12. You wash it down with water, and then you just wait. And you wait for your body to say, hey, go to the bathroom. And,
but I had to do those tablets. They gave me like 12 tablets every hour for like 10 hours or something.
No, I did 2 packs. So I did 12 now. I did at 7 in the morning. And then when I leave here, I'm going straight home before the 11 o'clock news to take the 12 tablets, give myself an hour before I drive to Hallandale to make sure there aren't any issues.
You're going to work. You're going to work while being on colonoscopy prep?
I am. Listen, I'm here at the arena. Like I said, I see the bathroom sign right. I'm watching Davion Mitchell to my left and the bathroom sign to my right as I do this hit.
Oh my God.
Just in case.
That's unbelievable.
I'm a professional.
Yeah, give him the Davion Mitchell. The Keyshawn Johnson dog, Jimmy. You got the Keyshawn Johnson dog? This is Will Man. This is a live looking at Will Manso's colon.
Well, I was going to say that's how my stomach sounded about 30 minutes ago.
Oh my God, sure. You got cuts, man. That's crazy because
I may not have guts after this night.
Yeah, no kidding. But that propofol, the anesthesia makes it all worth it, right?
That's why I'm like, she sounds like she's going to drop me off. She's like, how are you going to feel? I'm like, I'm not going to feel anything. I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to wake up. The doctor's going to tell me hopefully all looks good and I'm going to go home and enjoy my day. So I'm actually looking forward to it.
Wow.
But we all know what happens while you sleep, though.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
That's why I always wake up with a big smile on my face. I mean, what's one of that little morning action?
Oh man.
All right, anyway, what were we talking about? What did you ask? Solana was trying to get sound for tonight's preheat, and it's turned into colonoscopy talk.
Forget about preheat.
What are you trying to get for preheat? Have him re-answer. Go ahead, Solana.
Wait till Tommy Tighe hears what I'm playing on the pregame show today. No, I mean, Will, just realistic expectations for Tyler Hero when everybody's healthy.
Oh, I mean, the reality is this. I think there's been so much talk, and I know you guys have probably asked about it a lot, and I have as well. Like, hey, how's Tyler going to fit? And I mean, if anything, this is the perfect fit because to me, the last couple of years, the one challenge for Tyler is when they wanted to make him a ball handler, right? Hey, you got to have the ball in your hands, dribble, and that's what we saw a couple of years ago in the series against the Celtics where he struggled. Ball handling is something he's worked on, and this offense, ball handling isn't that big of a thing for him. It's more get the ball and shoot. Get the ball, make a decision, which is what Norman Powell's been so good at. Again, I'm looking at Davion now. He's been the facilitator. He's been the key to getting and moving the ball around. So if Tyler, to me, is, hey, man, catch that ball and shoot it. Catch that ball and attack. Catch that ball and swing it. You don't have to worry about just walking it up the court and setting the offense anymore. I think that's perfect for Tyler.
And like the fit, like you just explained what he wants to do. I would think it'd play into what he does already as a shooter and an attacker and all that stuff, where he's not really facilitating anything. Everybody's driving.
I mean, that's what he's made for, right? And again, to Tyler's credit, he has morphed in many ways during his Heat career, what they want from off the bench, a starter, facilitator, ball handler, shooter, three-point shooter, whatever it may be. But we all know the body of work of Tyler, we've seen enough that he is at his best when he can just go, shoot, catch and shoot, attack. And in this offense, at least what we've seen, 17 games in, that's exactly what they want you doing. Just take Norman Powell, for instance. You don't see Norman Powell dribbling the ball around and working his way around. He gets the ball and he goes. And that's what they need from Tyler starting tonight.
Hey, do you know if he's on any minutes restrictions or anything?
It's a good question. Spo's going to do his normal pregame in what time is it? I've lost track with the bathroom.
5:45.
About 2 hours from now. Yeah, about 2 hours from now.
He was asking what time it is now.
Oh.
Like now, Will's gonna think he's out of his mind because of the colonoscopy.
Will, I'm at the press room. Where you at, man? Where you at, Will?
It's only 3:41. I got 9 hours left before I go to bed.
I can't believe you are working on colonoscopy prep. Hey, will you tell Biamonte to shut up? I mean, the guy walking around like he owns the place over there.
It's fake. First of all, it's fake Biamonte. He's fake. He's just something. We hear you. We get it. They're testing the red mic, which is very important.
I mean, what is going on? Who knew this much prep goes into? They're prepping more than you are.
I'm prepping more than they're prepping. I'm walking toward the bathroom right now. Actually, I'm going to get away from the microphone.
I got a text from the ticket wizard. He goes, "How can he work while prepping for a colonoscopy? I can't fathom.
Don't ever question my professionalism.
Because when that hits you, you literally have 10 to 15 seconds to make it happen like that.
But I wore very comfortable pants with a very nice belt, like an easy belt. It's one of those like flip belts. So I'm just going to. I'm done. That's it. I'm there. It takes me 7 to 9 seconds. Hoch, if I had to go down 7 to 9 seconds, we'd be doing this interview while I'm on the toilet. So.
Well, I mean, this is
7
just
to 9.
remarkable. I'm really fascinated by that. That is remarkable. I have felt that way this season watching Dolphins games, but not on purpose the way that he is taking the tablets. Is there any scenario, Will? We've talked a little bit about the scenarios for University of Miami to make the ACC championship game, and there's way too much math involved for me.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But is there any scenario where you think Notre Dame should get the nod over Miami in the college football playoffs?
I don't, but I'm realistic enough to, even as optimistic as I tend to be, realistic enough to know that that's not going to matter, that it's not going to change. I mean, the committee has let us know what they think. It is what it is, and it sucks. I mean, you will crunch numbers, and people will keep crunching numbers. Well, Notre Dame's 9 in this, and Miami's 12, and in this rate, they're 31 in strength of schedule, and they're 38, and all these numbers. I'm like, they played head to head. Like, here's the thing I don't know, right? If Miami and Notre Dame played right now, I have no idea who would win. I really don't. Notre Dame is playing very good football, but to Miami's credit, they are too. But I do know one thing. They did play, and I know who won. So that should be enough to determine who gets that nod. And it's just not going to change, though, guys. Miami to get in will need to beat Pitt, and stuff has to happen. It's not going to be them leapfrogging Notre Dame.
All right, I'll ask you one more question before we let you go, because I feel bad that you had to do this segment as it is. Had you told me this morning that you were doing colonoscopy prep,
this is perfect. This show or colonoscopy prep, I mean, those are two of my favorite things.
But I'm literally nervous for you. I don't you seem relaxed. I'm very nervous for what might inspire.
I'm
doing
guarantee
this.
he's not that relaxed.
I do this on camera. I'm staring at a toilet right now. I see the door is open to the bathroom. I see the toilet.
Just terrified for you. I cannot believe that you're going through this. Are you doing traditional Thanksgiving? We talk about this every year where I've given up on the whole turkey thing. I don't think people love it the way that we're supposed to. Are you doing a traditional Thanksgiving?
I mean, for our traditional, being Cuban background is you have the turkey, but then you have the pig too. So there's going to be a cajachino, a pig on it, and there's going to be a turkey. So we're going to do both. And that's traditional for me. I actually, believe it or not, guys, I do like turkey. Like, what I miss, Hoch, and you'll appreciate this. I miss Boston Market turkey.
Oh,
I do.
Best. I miss Boston Market turkey. Boston chicken.
I do.
I miss calling it Boston chicken.
Yeah, by the way, this was I haven't eaten in about 14 hours. I miss anything that I could eat. I ran to Publix, and like a little kid, I bought an Italian icy. I was like scarfing it while I was walking back to the car like a crazy person.
Right. So all you're allowed to have during colonoscopy prep for 24 straight hours is clear liquid. You could have broth, you could have Gatorade, or you could have like a clear icy.
Yes, I had a clear icy. I had broth in my car waiting to get home to heat it up and have it. And I've been drinking water all day. And you can have tea. You can have some tea. You can't have coffee. You can't have anything dark.
Hey, Jimmy, you turned 40 on Wednesday. Have you scheduled your first colonoscopy?
Confession, I already had a colonoscopy about 5 years ago.
Everything okay?
Everything's good.
All right, I'm glad to hear.
There you go.
Was it just some fun?
Why does anyone get them?
The pleasure of it all. I'm enjoying this stretch.
Giselle's
with the kids at Universal, and I've got the house to myself to poop.
I cannot believe you went to work. I am so fascinated by that. You are a man's man. So
I'm hoping for quadruple overtime tonight.
No. That's what I will. Solana, that's one thing I did. I told my producer, listen, at 6:30, I am going back to the station because I can't. Once people enter this building, it's a free for all in the bathroom. You have no rights to it. That's it. And I'm not punching Heat fans to get in the toilet, so I'm leaving at 6:30.
Just crazy. I remember getting a colonoscopy one year, and I started the prep. It was at the old QAM radio station, and I started the prep by taking the liquid at that time in like the final segment of our show. And then I drove home, and the turnpike got shut down. And it was the worst. It was the worst drive of my life because it hits you, and it takes I cannot believe you have put yourself in a situation that you're working. God bless
as you
Will
get older,
Manson.
you learn that you got to challenge yourself with different things, and this is the latest challenge. I've run marathons, I've done tough mutters, and now I'm doing colonoscopy.
Yeah, you're
at
doing
an
another
arena.
tough mutter, to be quite
Exactly.
honest. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you, Will. Good luck tonight.
All
Good
right,
luck
guys.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
there
you.
you go. Will Manson. Let me talk about Atlantic Men's Clinic. I am just fascinated there. I'm a big believer in Atlantic Men's Clinic. You listen to this show regularly, you know that. I look forward to my testosterone shot every week. It honestly has changed my life. And the holiday season is here, which is full of hustle and bustle, packed with activity. But when your energy is drained and you're not sleeping well and your sex drive is nowhere to be found, then maybe it's tough to feel festive. And those could be signs of low testosterone. And if that's what's going on, this is your season to take action and get treated. Low testosterone causes a host of problems. These include low sex drive, bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and more. And many men just attribute those symptoms to aging and don't consider there are medical treatments to give you back your vibrancy. So if you're feeling like that, it's time for you to treat that low T and change your life. And Atlantic Men's Clinic are the experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. In your early to mid 30s, guys, you start losing 2 to 3% of your testosterone production every year. Happens gradually. Before you know it, you just don't feel like the same man that you did in your 20s or 30s. So go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Schedule a consult. They do your lab work. They have your results within 30 minutes. A Florida licensed medical provider will review your results with you and discuss your options. Atlantic Men's Clinic. There are 7 locations now in South Florida, including their new office in Hollywood. Call them 877-455-7300 or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I love the colonoscopy. 4 o'clock hour on a holiday week. We always enjoy Thanksgiving week. And so our plans are to be on the air this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on this radio station. We'll have some football. What's the, is it 12 or 12:30, the first game?
12 o'clock first game. And
That's
then there's
Detroit.
3 games.
Is that Detroit?
Detroit Packers, I believe.
And then we'll air that on this radio station.
Yes.
And then I believe there's Hurricanes basketball
at
5 o'clock that night. So you'll get football, and then you'll get Hurricanes basketball on Thanksgiving Day. And then Black Friday, we're off, but Solana and Appel are going to work till 4.
Yep.
And then at 4 o'clock, you've got Panthers hockey, a little Black Friday afternoon hockey that will air on this radio station. So fun, festive week. Are you going anywhere for Thanksgiving, Crowder? You're going to be at the old residence.
At the residence. I got to work tomorrow night. I got to fly out and work Wednesday morning in Maryland, and I'll be back the rest of the week.
When you say work, you mean for the pivot?
Yes, for the pivot.
Who are you taping in Maryland? Can you say? Can we guess?
The mayor. No, you never guess it.
Yeah, I would not have. I would not have guessed that.
I have a guess. Talia Tungavailoa.
I just answered.
Oh, the mayor? I thought that was a joke. I thought it was like the mayor.
No, that was serious. It was the mayor.
Yeah.
Who's the mayor?
Who's the mayor?
Fine.
The mayor of Boston? Is that who it is? The mayor of
Maryland.
Boston? Well, Maryland can't have a Maryland's
They could have a governor.
Yeah, it can have a governor.
Governor.
You can't have a mayor of a state.
I might need to do some research tonight.
Yeah, I see your prep is going well. But I mean, that prep should have started in 4th grade. The mayor of Maryland. It doesn't matter. Who cares? I saw on the Ringer. I thought this was interesting. It was just Awful Announcing had mentioned what Bill Simmons was talking about on the Ringer. Who do you consider to be? What do you consider to be the most irrelevant franchise in sports?
Ooh, most irrelevant franchise in sport?
Big Four?
The Big Four sports, yeah, not soccer. Because it is a hockey team. His take.
I was going to go any hockey team.
His take is that the Columbus Blue Jackets are the most irrelevant franchise in sports. And he's probably not wrong, right? Because do you know anything about the Columbus Blue Jackets? Like,
it's kind of where if you say the city and I don't know the mascot, that's one of those. I don't even know there's a Blue Jacket around.
Yeah.
It would have to be a hockey team, though, to be honest, because I was thinking, like, even the Browns or the sorry teams, they're way more famous.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it can't be an NFL team because the economy is just too big in the NFL.
I think maybe
the Marlins are probably...
Marlins are pretty irrelevant, but they've got a couple of World Series recently. I mean, I guess if you consider 03 recently, but for some franchises, that's not recent. You know what I mean?
Do you think Bill Simmons could name a player on the Miami Marlins?
Yes, I think people can name Sandy.
Oh, that's right. Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah. I think our show would have a tough time naming more than
Yuri
Marlins.
Perez, Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah. I'm still counting Miguel Rojas, World Series hero.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm not giving up that dream. All right, let's do headlines here for the 4 o'clock hour. Doug Plagins is going to join us from Nashville. Headlines brought to you by Durrell Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Volkswagen or DurrellVolkswagen.com.
Hey, we had a Tyreek Hill update from Josh Moser on WSVN 7. Drew Rosenhaus is on. He's always on every Sunday or frequently. Says, quote, his rehab is on schedule. Rosenhaus says he has not talked to the Dolphins about a 2026 return. That will happen after the season.
Do you think Tyreek Crowder will ever suit up for the Dolphins again?
No.
I don't either.
I don't believe old receiver coming off that kind of injury. Why even, honestly, I think it would be helpful to him to let him go to a contender.
Yes, I totally agree. And you get a little bit in return, maybe, right? Because he's still under contract
I don't think he'll be under contract
won't?
at the end of
Okay.
the season, or he might be
Unrestricted free agent.
But I think the Dolphins can just get out of it.
Okay, team option.
Yeah, let him go. Come on, we know what's going to happen. He goes back to Kansas City. He's, he plays a couple games. He's not to Tyreek of old. He tries to win something.
Did
Win-win for
anyone
everybody.
watch that Kansas City game yesterday? This team, it really is ridiculous. Every time you want to count them out, they just somehow are back in it, doing amazing things. And so I don't know what to believe anymore with Kansas City.
I don't think they can win the Super Bowl, but they're going to.
But like miraculous things happen to them. By the way, I just got the odds for Super Bowl favorites right now. This is from sportsbetting.ag. Do you want to know the odds on favorite from sportsbetting.ag? The odds on favorite to win the Super Bowl.
The Rams.
It is the Rams.
I'm going to put money on the Rams, I think, now. What are they at?
4-1. So that's plus 400.
Yeah. I watched that game yesterday, and I said, this is the best team. I watched the first half. This is the best team in the NFL.
Yes.
Eagles are next at 7-1. And then you've got the Ravens, Colts, Chiefs, and Seahawks at 10-1.
Yeah, the Ravens are looking good since Lamar got back, but those Rams they're loaded everywhere.
I mean, Stafford is like ridiculously locked in. Like they're
he's the MVP favorite.
He has to be, right?
Yeah, no, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
MVP quarterback, 2 Pro Bowl receivers, the whole defensive front's going to the Pro Bowl. There's cornerbacks that are just their safeties are amazing. Like, I don't know who the hell put that roster together, but he should win Executive of the Year for sure.
It's not fair. They had a Super Bowl run after trading for Stafford. And then people were talking about McVay retiring because they had a down year. And then they've kind of just hung around. They're in the playoffs last year. They gave the Eagles the biggest test they had in the entire postseason last year. And here they are again. They're going to go back into the playoffs as a 1 seed and maybe back to the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, I'm just waiting for the Dolphins to win a playoff game. It's not fair.
Solana, don't you see you're looking through the Dolphin glasses? Don't look at the Patriots, what they've done in 3 years. Don't look at what the Colts have done. Don't look at what the Rams have done. Don't look at that, man. Stay in your own city and be happy.
Don't count other people's pockets.
There you go. Staring at the neighbor's grass. Look at your grass. Your grass is greenish brown. Green?
It's brown.
Yeah, it's brown. Water it. Put some Greer on it.
How about this from Bet Online? NBA Rookie of the Year. Who's the odds-on favorite? Because it is no longer Cooper Flagg.
I've got no idea.
It's the Solana question here.
Con Canoopel.
Oh, from the Hornets?
Yeah,
he is balling.
And then this will drive Solana crazy. It's the only reason I brought it up. Defensive Player of the Year.
Bam Adebayo.
I knew you were going to say that. How many players do you think are listed ahead of him?
Well, then this list doesn't matter.
3.
Probably 8.
5.
5.
Chet Holmgren is the favorite. Victor Wembanyama. If he plays enough games, he'll run away with it.
He will.
That was my guess.
That's really what you're betting right now. You're betting whether you think he's going to play enough games.
Stay healthy enough.
Evan Mobley, 4-1. Amen Thompson, 8-1. Dyson Daniels, 11-1. Bam, 25-1.
Dyson Daniels wouldn't upset me just because he has the best nickname in sports, the Great Barrier Thief. He's Australian. Yeah. But Wemby's going to win this award every year. If he isn't eligible this year, it should be Bam. From the standpoint of they've screwed Bam in the past already. The Heat are top 5 defensive rated team, and Bam is the biggest reason why. They should throw it to Bam this year and then just give it to Wemby every other year.
But so, like those guys in front, Solana, this is a serious question. I'm not just hating.
It's not a serious answer that he's giving you, though. There, you're going to respond to something that's absurd because the Heat are top 5 defense.
What do you mean?
And he's most responsible. They should just throw it to him. Why don't you do that with the team that's top 1 defense?
What do you mean?
Well, by those standards, why would you pick top 5? That seems arbitrary. Pick the team that's the highest rated defense and decide who's the most responsible for it.
But is Bam better at defense than Holmgren and Wemby and Amon Thompson? Is he better?
Yes.
Not better than Wemby. Stop it.
He is.
Stop it.
Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo. Here's the thing. People love stats.
What'd you say, Hawk? Here's the thing. When somebody says, "Here's the thing,"
and people love blocks, which is why this Rudy Gobert won Defensive Player of the Year. But what people don't value enough, casuals like you two, is a versatile defender. Somebody who could guard 1 through 5. Somebody yesterday who could lock down Tyrese Maxey in the open court. Can Victor Wembanyama do that? No. Can Chet Holmgren do that?
Wait a second.
My God.
But he doesn't need to lock him down in the open court.
But Bam can.
Lock him down for 1 quarter.
Just stand under the basket and knock down every shot that he shoots, whether it's from 3 or in the paint.
As the great Eric Spoelstra said, to the untrained eye, Bam may not be the Defensive Player of the Year, but to the trained eye, to those who truly understand the game, to the ball knowers, Bam Adebayo is without a doubt the best defender in the NBA, has been for years. And the fact that they gave it to Marcus Smart over Bam Adebayo is a disgrace to the league.
All right.
So a panel of 124 sports writers and broadcasters are untrained eyes?
They don't know anything.
Okay. Just making sure.
Just want to make sure.
Any of you guys see how bad this JJ McCarthy has looked?
Did they make a mistake? I mean, oh my goodness, did they make a mistake?
Yeah.
They had who'd they have? They had Kirk Cousins, and then they had Sam Darnold.
Yep.
They out of those 3 quarterbacks, they chose the guy who should have been last on the list.
And he was injured, and they got rid of people before he was healthy.
Yep. That's how much belief they had in this guy.
We saw enough in camp that we're going to clean house at the quarterback position. That was crazy.
Well, I think that's not wanting to admit that you may have made the wrong draft choice. And it's not like you don't know, but he was injured. And so you saw that there were other quarterbacks. They were very good with Kirk Cousins. They were very good with Sam Darnold. So I don't know. I know that this morning, because DJ and I, my son and I, we love that show Quarterbacks on Netflix. And I told you that Kirk Cousins, instead of calling people, would hit them up with a voice memo, and so he would send Kevin O'Connell a voice memo, or who's the Atlanta coach, Raheem Morris, send him a voice memo, right? And it would be like, hey, just thinking about what happened in the game today or whatever. And he would send him the voice memo. And DJ and I were like, man, like Raheem Morris hates this guy. Like there's no chance he wants to listen to a voice memo for like 3 minutes from Kirk Cousins. No chance Kevin O'Connell wanted to listen to a voice memo. And, it was my birthday this morning, and I got a voice memo from DJ and just said, I think today's worthy of me hitting you up on the voice memo. And because I was watching, I had a parlay yesterday. I live parlayed Inter Miami. They were up, I think, 1-0. And the Atlanta Falcons. They were up, I don't know, maybe like 14-3 or something. And so I was watching the Falcons a little bit, and we had DJ and I came up with a great call. Anytime Kirk Cousins throws a touchdown, it's like, oh, he just hit up Kyle Pitts on the voice memo. Like you go right to the voice memo, but they made the wrong choice. They had Darnold, they had Cousins, and they now have to live with JJ McCarthy, and he's not good.
Nope. And there's a lot of jobs on the line with that too.
Yeah,
Kevin O'Connell's a good coach. Now you saw what he did when he had a serviceable quarterback. They were winning 13
but is
games.
He the guy who chose JJ McCarthy?
That's
to me, it feels like they really bought into O'Connell's bleep, right? Like, oh,
if we can do it with Cousins, then we
Darnold.
can do it with Darnold, then we can do it with JJ McCarthy.
Yep.
And look how cheap he's going to be compared to the rest of the guys.
O'Connell can do it with any quarterback.
You know who they come. You know who they come from though. Now they come from Kyle Shanahan, who Purdy's nothing. Purdy's he's one of the top quarterbacks now with Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco. Then that damn boy comes from the Patriots. What's the Mac Jones looks amazing with Kyle Shanahan as his guy. Kevin comes from him. Raheem comes from him. McVay comes from him. McDaniels comes from him. They're all in that damn tree of, oh, my crap works too. I know McVay's works, and I know Shanahan's works. I don't know if McDaniel and O'Connell stuff works the same way as those first two.
A couple of people on the chat say they had Daniel Jones. The Vikings had Daniel Jones last year as
right.
well. I don't even remember that. Yeah. So they chose the fourth worst quarterback in their arsenal.
Couple stats for your ass here from the Ringer. J.J. McCarthy now ranks 851 out of 852 in EPA expected points added per drop back among qualified passers since 2000, according to True Media. The only player below McCarthy, Jamarcus Russell.
That's funny.
And going back to the Kansas City Chiefs, this one might be better. Stat of the week, according to me. Patrick Mahomes is now 20-18. That's a 5.26 win percentage in games he trailed by 10-plus points, including the playoffs. The next highest win percentage with at least 5 opportunities, Tim Tebow at 5-6.
You know what would happen there? They'd let him run the ball. They were down 10. They'd let him run. He could kill you so many different ways. That's crazy to have over a 50% winning percentage in games that you're down 10 or more points.
20-18.
That's wild.
That's that damn clutch, whatever. They do it in the NBA. They have a clutch time or clutch something, Solana, where they track it. They don't usually track it in the NFL.
Yeah, no, they track when you're within 5 points with under 5 minutes to go. That is considered a clutch game, and they track these metrics. The Heat last season were the worst clutch team by a long shot. They obviously blew over 10 games where they held a double-digit lead. It was the worst in the NBA's history. This year, the Miami Heat are well above 500 in, I think, 7 clutch games so far this season. They're 5-2.
Isn't it really just when everybody else's hair's on fire, their head's in the refrigerator?
Well done.
Isn't that pretty much what we're saying?
Drop pack.
Drop pack.
Okay, thanks, Gerben.
I thought that's something you picked up last night from your guy.
Drop pack.
Drop pack.
Would before I end headlines here, would you guys allow me the opportunity to praise the FIU football team for 30 seconds?
They've earned it.
Willie.
A bowl game.
Willie Simmons deserves massive credit. No joke here, okay? He took over an FIU program that we know they've been meaningless over the past 6 years. They beat FAU in the Shula Bowl for the first time since 2016. They beat Liberty for the first time in program history. They won their homecoming game for the first time since 2019. First 5-win season since 2019. First 6-win season and bowl appearance since 2019. And they didn't have to do it with a meaningless victory next week against a really bad team. They beat the defending conference champions at home to clinch that 6th victory. I know people care a lot more about the Hurricanes in this town. That's fair. But FIU might have found the head coach to at least make them competitive again in Conference USA. Certainly did in his first year.
I'll give you a pause up, Papa.
Let's go, baby.
They deserve it.
Let's go.
They deserve it.
Let's go.
Man, Willie looks like he about that business too. You ain't gonna run up on Willie after the game. Yeah.
Not lying, right?
Bro, he's never had a losing season as a head coach. Albeit his first real opportunity in Division I. I realize that, but he brought like a winning mentality to FIU.
No, 70. I'm just looking at 72-29 as a head coach. Now he can go, man. I'm looking at his stuff now.
Yeah, the Gators would be lucky to have a head coach that good.
I'm gonna lean towards Lane Kiffin.
You're not getting Lane Kiffin. I don't know what you're doing with Lane Kiffin.
Stealing my joy. He said he's not going back to Ole Miss, or he
I don't
insinuated.
Want to see you set yourself up to get destroyed at the end when he goes to LSU.
He's not. He's going to UF.
Why would he leave Ole Miss? I can't understand.
Yeah, I don't
Go to
know.
Another
It's
SEC
just-
school.
I don't know.
Because it's just not. It's not the name. It's not the school. There's no prestige at Ole Miss. He's put a hell of a roster together now. They can play ball, but it's not. LSU and Florida, I know y'all want to hate them. LSU and Florida are way more prestigious universities, athletic-wise, for sure, than Ole Miss, the Rebels.
Maybe.
LSU for sure.
Look at you.
All right. Anything else? I want to talk about Plagans. He's got limited time tonight.
Shout out to Inter Miami. They're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. They'll play NYC FC. That's New York City FC, and Panthers Preds tonight, 8 p.m. Panthers trying to get back in the win column. Your weather in South Florida right now, partly cloudy. It's in the 80s. That's brought to you by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Visit chillzoneac.com.
All right. Doug Plagans is in Nashville. I do want to talk Panthers, but I'm also interested on his Thanksgiving dinner take because, we talk food with him, and that's really my wheelhouse. So we'll talk with Doug Plagans about the Panthers in the next segment. Don't go anywhere.
If you're doing traditional turkey Thanksgiving, if you want to go off the board, you get the food from Delaware, and it's going to be fresh. It's going to be delicious. The price is going to be amazing. I'm telling you. Turkeys now, if you want to do turkeys, call Delaware right now. Order your turkey the size, fresh, never frozen turkeys, the best turkeys you have. We're doing stone crab. We're doing ribs. We're doing a little off the board, and it's all coming from Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. But they have it all, whatever you want, the lamb, beef, veal, pork, poultry, duck, turkey, lobster, shrimp, fish, alligator, venison, crabs, clams, oysters, stone crabs, all the sizes, the best price, the freshest stone crabs. I'm telling you, everything. Go to DelawareChicken.com. Get your sides from there. They have sides made in house daily and fresh. They have burgers, sandwiches. They have fried chicken, roasted chicken, the dips. If you're having people over, get the smoked fish dip. It's smoked tuna dip. It's amazing. The buffalo chicken dip's off the chain as well. Just go to Delaware and your house is set for Thanksgiving. Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. DelawareChicken.com is the website. At DelawareChicken.com. Call them in advance to place your order. Save you time. Have it packaged ready when you get there. 954-983-6831. That's 954-983-6831. Place your order. They'll bring it out to the car because all they want to do is get delicious food back to whatever you're having. Christmas is coming, Hanukkah's coming, all the celebrations. This time of year is a time to get together, and delicious food will make those times better. And Yacht Provisions, beautiful boat, beautiful day, the best food. You can't beat it for Yacht Provisions. Get to Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. They are located on 441, 1 block south of Sterling Road. When y'all get down there, grab your Crowder powder. They have all 3 blends, and tell them Crowder sent you.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
What about
Yeah,
FD
ain't
Florida
hard
and FD Sun?
How about FU? What is this, Jimmy? Is this reminiscent of Nashville? Is this because Plagans is in Nashville?
Yes, Tennessee whiskey.
Ah, there you go. All right.
You don't know this song?
I do not.
Sweet Tennessee whiskey.
Is this Merle Haggard?
No.
And Merle.
Merle. All right, before we get to Plagans, Cheetah Pompano, great spot to watch a game, a fight. They got everything. HD TVs throughout the club, VIP areas, 4 stages of entertainment, and the most beautiful ladies in South Florida. And you know Cheetah Pompano has an amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day, happy hour specials till 6, and what's better than football, girls, and beer every Sunday and Monday night? Oh, that's tonight. Enjoy hundreds of beautiful, exotic referee and cheerleader adult entertainers at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Watch all the games live while you enjoy the coldest beer in town. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well. And everyone at the Cheetah wishes you a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving. I'm giving thanks for Cheetah Pompano and Cheetah Palm Beach this year, as a matter of fact. Check out the website, cheetahsofl.com, for more info. Doug Plagans is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He's in Nashville. Panthers and Predators tonight, which you can hear on AM 560. Heat game on 104.3 FM and Panthers on AM 560 with Plagans. And what do we know? So I had this conversation, Plagans. By the way, thank you for making time for us. We always appreciate it.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
I always enjoy
Great
having
to be
you.
back.
I was saying early in the show, like, what can we tell about the Miami Heat? It's only been 17 games. And I guess I would ask you the same thing about the Panthers, right? There's been 21 games played. They've had an off and on season, but they're so injured. So what do we know through 21 games?
Well, we were kind of talking about that on our broadcast the other day. I think at this point in the season, you hit about a quarter of the way through it. Usually you can look at a lot of teams and you can really get opinions on what they're all about, and you can know, how things are looking and formulate, really good assessments on teams and things like that. I think you can with this Panthers team. And I think what you know are things that we already knew, in that the structure, the buy-in, what this team needs to do to be successful every night. It's really just been a continuation of a lot of the same, and it just speaks to the systems that Paul Maurice has in place, and the buy-in and the leadership in the dressing room, and the organizational depth that Bill Zito has assembled here, because this team's dealt with a lot. Now, that being said, there has been a little bit more maybe of a learning process here early in the season, because you have so many key players, guys that were regulars, to say the least, during the run to the Cup last spring, that are just not in the lineup yet. At the same time, this team has played winning hockey. They've kept rolling along. They like a lot about their game over the last month or so here, and they'll look to keep it going here tonight. But like I said, I think there is kind of an evolving, the game's kind of evolving. And I think that there is probably some learning along the way to what life without, for example, Alexander Barkov looks like for the time being, and things like that. But you can't say enough about the supporting cast that Bill Zito has continued to put in place, the organizational depth that he's continued to put in place to allow the Panthers to be equipped to handle the losses of some key players here.
Excuse or explanation, either one. Doug, can we still? They've been to 3 Stanley Cups, 1, 2. Is that still an explanation for the ups and downs of this season? Like they're saying, we're a quarter of the way in. Can we still blame 3 years of long hockey runs for struggling against teams they probably should beat?
I don't think I wouldn't say there's been really struggles this season, and I think that there's you don't really know. I guess trying to think of how to phrase this. Paul Maurice has said that the fitness testing that these guys have shown in training camp year over year, they've managed, even with the short off season, even with when you go to the Stanley Cup final and you're playing until June, there are other teams out there that have been done since April, or they they see their playoff runs end in May. The Panthers have had really short off seasons, less time to prepare, yet year over year, the players' fitness testing has managed to be even better than it was the season prior. And in some ways, when you're dealing with a lot of athletes in their prime, I feel like the fact that they just go right from one into the next, maybe it actually, maybe in some ways it benefits them. Who knows? But, I don't think when you're dealing with a team that's in its contending window with so many players right in their prime, I don't think anybody would be making any excuses. I think what you're seeing, like I said, there are just some close games that maybe there is still a bit of a learning process ongoing with some key players out of the line. I mean, let's be plain and simple. If you were to take the equivalent of a Matthew Tkachuk and an Alexander Barkov out of another team's lineup, and that's not even to mention all the other players, Dmitry Kulikov, Tomas Nosek, you go right down the list, guys who've been out. If you were to take another team's Tkachuk and Barkov out of the lineup, there are a lot of teams that would be on their way to the draft lottery at that point in time. But the Panthers are able to just keep things moving forward and find themselves right in the fight in a crowded Eastern Conference, playing some winning hockey and in a good position here with a lot of home games coming up to try and make a move. So, I think maybe years down the road we'll be able to go back and assess, how did those short off seasons affect the Panthers? But I think right now it's done is make this team that much more hungry because they know what it's like to have that success and they want to keep having that success.
So, Doug, what I think you're saying is a lot of these injuries doesn't have to do with the fact that the Panthers have been playing a lot of games. Some of it is just bad luck. Right? Just it's hockey. It is what it is. Because I think it'd be easy for us to look at how many games the Cats have played over the past 4 seasons and say, well, it was bound to happen. It was bound to hurt them here in terms of the injury report. But that doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, you have the Barkov injury was a freak thing in training camp, and Dmitry Kulikov was injured in a game, and same thing with Jonah Gadjevich. It was an injury from the Vegas game at home, I believe, was when that took place. So yeah, these are just things that happen in a physical sport, and it's why again, Bill Zito should have a couple of GM of the Year awards already on the mantle. At some point he's going to get one of those. It's going to be well deserved, but he should already have a couple of them because he's managed to build organizational depth here that has helped the Panthers withstand the losses of some key players, to say the least. And you're never going to totally replace, like I said, players like a Matthew Tkachuk or now Alexander Barkov, but this Panthers group is really as equipped as anybody can be to be able to handle that kind of thing, at least for the time being. And you look at what some of these big guns have managed to do, the level that Brad Marchand has been at offensively all season, and what Sam Reinhart has been able to do here over these last handful of games. He's been red hot. And I thought the game, you go back a couple of games, the game before the Edmonton loss, you go back to the game against New Jersey back on Thursday night, the Panthers won 1-0. And even though Sam Reinhart, he scored the one goal in that game, it's easy to point to the goal and say that was why he was impactful. But I think you can take the goal out of the equation, and that was a prime example of just how elite Sam Reinhart is at everything that a game can throw at you. He was just outstanding in that game. So again, it speaks to the star power and depth the Panthers still have, even with some key players out.
Panthers and Preds tonight, AM 560. Plagans will be on the call. It's an 8 p.m. puck drop our time, 7 p.m. in Nashville. If you got to go, Plagans, let me know, because I know that you've got to go at some point. But if you want to,
we're good for a few minutes here.
Good, because I want to talk Thanksgiving, because you're going to be back home. Obviously, the Panthers are at home Wednesday night, and then they've got Thanksgiving off, and then they play in the afternoon on Black Friday, a 4 p.m. start, which you can hear here on 104.3 FM WQAM. So we've had this conversation for a couple of years, and I don't really recall where you stand. Do you do the traditional Thanksgiving of turkey, stuffing, sweet potatoes, and all the fixins?
Pretty close to it. Yeah, pretty close to it. Generally, it's the traditional meal. There's obviously there's just a certain there is a certain charm about the traditional Thanksgiving meal that I don't think you can replace. And I think over time we've seen a lot of people everywhere have their certain spins on it, maybe adding some different items into the fold, things like that. But yeah, pretty much the traditional traditional thing, or pretty close to it.
Although you're in a new marriage, right? You recently got married, so I think there's like, because I'm at this stage, I've been married almost 30 years, and last year, like, we didn't do turkey anymore. I was tired of watching my wife cook all day long, and then my son and I eat a meal that we weren't even that excited to, and so I want to do new things: lasagna, steak, ribs. I want to enjoy the family meal with food that I actually enjoy more than turkey and stuffing. But I guess for you, being newly married, like, that's kind of like the traditional part of it is kind of the fun part, I guess.
Absolutely. I think the big thing, and I know maybe this sounds cliche, but it's absolutely the truth. I think at the end of the day, it is, and you mentioned it there too. It is the company. It's the company that you keep, and it is the people that you're surrounded by, and the people that you get to enjoy that day with. It's that's really the biggest thing for me. And like I said, I know that it may sound a little bit cliche, but it's the absolute truth. And obviously the food's a big part of it. And I got to hand it to you, because throwing in lasagna and ribs on Thanksgiving, that's outside the box. But like, I think what it goes back to, as you said, you want to incorporate some items in there that give it a different feel. But at the end of the day, it is the company that is the most important.
Do you do any of the cooking though, Plagans? Because we talk with you about food all the time, and you like food the way that I like food. But do you actually do any of the cooking or carving?
I offer to assist where needed. I am a willing helping hand if need be. But I don't know that my culinary expertise would necessarily enhance the meal. That being said, or I should say culinary lack thereof expertise, but I am available to assist wherever needed.
Yeah, I'm the same way. You do the cooking, Crowder?
Hey, I do all of it. I love to.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Put Crowder powder in it. You know,
not my arena.
Speaking about that, the traditional stuffing is the worst thing anybody's ever invented. It's soggy bread. It's the dumbest thing in Thanksgiving meals.
Yeah, I never fully. I was never a huge stuffing guy. It's not I'm a big cranberry sauce guy. If I had to pick something off the traditional,
Terrible
thing, or you know what? Actually, my favorite normal fall Thanksgiving item is the pumpkin pie. I'm not gonna hold back there. That's my favorite thing about the whole
about mac and cheese.
Meal.
What about mac and cheese?
I'm not a huge mac and cheese guy.
What?
I've made that pretty well known over the years. I think so. Here's the thing with mac and cheese. To me, it has to be like out of this world good, because if it's just regular mac and cheese, I consider it bad.
I like Kraft mac and cheese, and I would just be happy just having that for Thanksgiving meal. A big bowl of Kraft mac and cheese.
Like the stuff out of the box.
Yep, with the powdered cheese.
I'm just not a big mac and cheese guy.
Fair enough. I didn't think I was going to get you on my side with that one. You're in Nashville. Where have you gone to eat in Nashville?
So I went to a place called Martin's Barbecue last night. It's good. Enjoyed it. Got the job done. Today, I went and had some shawarma. I found a shawarma place
in Nashville.
Yes, I really like shawarma. Now, there are a lot of shawarma places. Now, you might understand what I'm getting at here, but there are some shawarma, like the food trucks outside, and they look so good. But my issue with food trucks is, like, in the middle of the day, especially on the road, like we get out of morning skate and then I'm going to eventually go back to the room, get ready for the game, do all my work, all that. I want to sit down and enjoy my lunch, and food trucks just don't offer you the opportunity to sit down and like enjoy the experience and get a fountain beverage, for example.
That's my point about Epcot.
Like
that's exactly what you face at Epcot. You get your food, and then all of a sudden you got to hunch over a garbage can and eat it.
And I don't want to, that's not how I want my dining experience to go.
Yeah.
Now, full disclosure, I almost went to the Taco Bell Cantina today, and it was nothing against the shawarma that I had because, I love shawarma, but I think I kind of wished I went to the Taco Bell Cantina instead after all was said and done.
Wow.
Plagans, I went to that Martin's Barbecue twice because I loved it so much in Nashville when I flew with the Dolphins. Did you get
I wouldn't say it's the best barbecue I've ever had. It's good, not the best.
Well, did you get the Hush Puppies?
No, I did not.
Well, that's your problem.
Well, that's kind of
I'm not sure
Crowder's
I've had a
point.
Hush Puppy since my last Long John Silver's experience.
Crowder's point. Long John Silver's has chicken now. I don't know if we're back in reruns, but we've talked about this on the show. I don't know if we told you that, but Long John
They always
Silver's.
did. I used to get the Long John Silver's chicken in like 1991.
No, you didn't. Your parents were
Yeah,
telling you. They were telling you were eating chicken, but you were eating fish sticks. They
They called it chicken planks.
But they did rebrand. Plagans. They rebranded to a
yeah.
chicken restaurant.
Yeah. But Crowder.
So now there's no fish there now?
No, there is fish, but it's the logo has a chicken on it now because they just weren't selling enough. Like there not enough kids were like, hey, I want to go get Long John Silver's.
Are all the Long John Silver's buildings still uniform? Remember, all the buildings used to look the same.
Yeah, I don't know. Sizzler's making a comeback. I read that.
The one in Fort Pierce still has a fish on.
When I lived there, that was a big night.
Yeah, Sizzler was a great night. But Crowder's point on the Hush Puppies, he said stuffing, it's just soggy bread. Hush Puppies is just fried bread, right?
It's like, isn't it kind of like a cornmeal sort of consistency though? Also,
right. Yeah, I like a Hush Puppy, and I don't mind stuffing either. But it is just bread, though, right?
Yeah, nobody wants bread dish.
Yeah, I love bread. Give me as much bread as you can. I would make it. You know what? I would have a turkey if it was just a bread turkey. It was a challah shaped like a turkey. Count me in for Thanksgiving dinner wherever you're having that. All right, Plagans, have a good call tonight. You will hear Doug Plagans tonight on AM 560 beginning at 8 p.m. Panthers and Predators from Nashville, and then the Panthers and Plagans will return home for a little game on Wednesday night, and then another one Friday afternoon. Thank you, Plagans.
Thanks for having me, guys.
There you go. Doug Plagans from Nashville. All right, 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour is coming up next. We'll get caught up in the headlines. You got to leave for the arena, don't you?
I do.
So I will catch up everybody on the headlines in the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour, so do not go anywhere.
Y'all, it's time to finally get that Cadillac that you've always wanted. Stop looking at your neighbors, staring at them at the stoplights. Head over to Ed Moore Sawgrass Cadillac during the Road Ahead sales event, and they're going to hook you up with great savings on all the best Cadillacs out there. Right now, you can get behind the wheel of a 2024 Cadillac Lyrics or XT4, your choice, and it's only $319 a month. Or imagine how much money you will be saving on select 2024 Cadillacs with only 3.9% financing. And my man Teddy Moore, my man Chris Atkins, they're going to throw in a $1,000 purchase allowance just because they love their customers. Make this year the year you get that Cadillac, whether you're driving to the game, picking up the kids, going to the grocery store. You got a hot date. You'll be riding in style with the Lyrics or XT4. You choose only $319 a month or financing lower 3.9% plus a $1,000 purchase allowance. Get ready for the road ahead at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. And I always tell you, being backed by Moore's through the trade, through the lease, through the sale, through the service. After you have your car, they check in with you. You got to be backed by Moore's.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Everything that comes out of my mouth is generally wrong. Ah. Thank you, Jimmy. It's my birthday. And it's Jimmy's birthday on Wednesday.
Hey,
Very
only
exciting.
16 years apart.
How about that? Wow. Crazy. Feel like we grew up together, Jimmy.
We sure did.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. So somebody says, is it really your birthday, Hawk? Yes, it's really my birthday. I get it once a year. Sometimes it falls right on Thanksgiving. 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. I just saw Dan Day outside. He will be hosting trivia tonight at Funky Buddha in Oakland Park. I've been mentioning this because now it really starts to ramp up holiday season. Your holiday party, if you're the person planning it, Funky Buddha Brewery in Oakland Park is the place to hold it. They've got spaces from 15 to 500 people. And of course, Chef Jeff will cook up some delicious food for your entire party. And they book up fast. So lock in your date right now at funkybuddha.com. So I just texted him. You know, they do for Dolphins games on Sunday, eat the enemy. And it's in a dish from the opposing city's arsenal. And the Dolphins host New Orleans. So in my mind, it's beignets. That like I just texted him, so I don't have the answer yet. In my mind, now what else could you do? You could do a po' boy, I guess.
Po' boy, anything with crawfish,
gumbo,
yeah, etouffee. You know what? Chef Jeff seems like an etouffee type guy.
What is etouffee? I know it's a dish. I don't know what it is.
It's like a thick gumbo almost. It's like it's not soup, but it's over rice. It's delicious.
Like
I love it.
Stew almost?
Like almost like a stew with a roux.
What do you think it's going to be? I texted him. I haven't heard back yet. What do you think it's going to be? I feel like beignets is a nice dessert, but that's probably too easy for him, right? He likes
and everything's been a meal. So
True.
I think the po' boy, because he already did lobster roll. Po' boys falls right into the high end delicious, but it's New Orleans. New Orleans really have high end food.
Jambalaya. Somebody says jambalaya.
Is it? But jambalaya kind of falls in what's that thing y'all said for Spain? The big bowl of seafood.
Oh, paella.
Yeah, it seems like it's a lot. Jambalaya seems like a lot.
Ticket Wizard says etouffee is delicious. So how about that?
See?
All right. Well, we're gonna find
me
out.
and Barry
He's
are
very
long lost
classy.
twin.
He's very classy.
Long lost twin.
I will let everyone know what Funky Buddha is doing on Sunday for Eat the Enemy the moment that I find out. And admittedly, I probably should have texted before like 5:03 this afternoon, but at some point I will get the answer from Chef Jeff and we will all find out together. But anyway, 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. And one other reminder at Funky Buddha, Last Snow is here. And their Last Snow beer is so popular. It's a rich, creamy porter that's layered with coconut and coffee. And it's available now in the tap room on draft and to go 6-packs. And soon will be available at a retailer near you. So there you go.
Love it.
What should we do here? Headlines, I guess. Solana had to go. And you got a Heat game tonight. You got a Panthers game tonight. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. Heat Mavs tonight is at 7:30. Would you like to know some of the prop bets available for tonight's game?
Yes.
All right.
Bam. Well, Norman's out. Bam has to be high, right?
Correct. So Heat are 7.5-point favorites. And Bam is 21.5 tonight. You'd think it would be even higher, but
that's what I'll go over because Bam has to go crazy.
How about Tyler? What do you think Tyler Hero over under is on his first game back?
Ooh, that's tough. 15 and a half.
That's what I would have said, like 14 and a half. It's 17 and a half. That seems high to me. That
he's coming out. He's coming out shooting now. If he touches there's no way. He's not
he on a
passing that
minutes
ball if it gets in his
restriction?
hand.
Is he on a minutes restriction? I mean, I don't know. Like Will Manso told us in the 3 o'clock hour, we won't know till Spo's press conference, which I guess is just a few minutes away.
Well, if he does, he's going to shoot 18 times in 18 minutes. Because I haven't played basketball in, 9 months now it probably is? Yeah, he's coming out
y'all fell in love with Norman Powell. Y'all must have forgot.
Yes.
I'm going to show you.
He's putting out shirtless pictures and all on Instagram. That boy's he's taking 15 shots off.
Let's see. Nothing from Ira Winderman yet on minutes restriction. Let's see. No. All right. So how about over under tonight? Cooper Flag for the Mavericks.
Oh, still high teens, 17 and a half?
16 and a half.
Yeah.
16 and a half. And then just tell you for the Panthers, as long as we're talking odds, Panthers tonight, you'll hear that game on AM 560. They are minus 135 favorites in Nashville. Over under is 5.5 goals. And then football tonight, you've got Monday Night Football. Carolina at San Francisco. I have sold Carolina all season long. I bet against them pretty much all season. Hasn't worked out perfectly by any stretch because there's been a few games where Bryce Young has looked decent. You know the line tonight? Niners hosting the Panthers.
Oh, Niners favored by 8.5.
Niners are 7-point favorites, and I think I'm betting that. I think I'm going to lay the points with San Fran.
Yeah, San Fran's not great, but like you're saying, if you faded the Panthers, Hawk, you've won a lot more than you've lost because they look
over
bad.
under on yards passing for Brock Purdy is 255.5. Bryce Young 211.5.
Oh, I thought they'd have Bryce Young inflated because he threw for that 400 something the other week.
Do you know what the line is, by the way, for Dolphins Saints on Sunday?
No, but I say Dolphins board. Dolphins 3,
5.5. Dolphins are 5.5-point favorites.
The bye week doesn't mean anything to the Dolphins, though.
I just think they're a better team right now than New Orleans. Like right now, I think they're a better team than New Orleans.
Yes, and if you believe what you've seen over the last couple of weeks, yes. So yeah, I think they win. 5 is not high, though. I don't know why it seems so high to me for the Dolphins.
Well, I mean, this team was left for dead. There was no chance they were going to be a 5.5-point favorite over anyone. And then all of a sudden, I mean, think about some of those losses. Then all of a sudden, you string together a couple games in a row. Guess what the over-under is for Sunday? Dolphins Saints over-under.
Oh, 43?
41.
Man. Yeah, because you beat the hell out of the Buffalo Bills, then you need overtime to beat the Commanders. You said it right. The schizophrenia of this team.
They are a schizophrenic team.
Yeah.
They really are. Anyway, those are your headlines. I mean, not really. I haven't given you many of the headlines. We're going to talk with Alex Dono. He'll tell you the breakout of how the Miami Hurricanes could possibly make the ACC championship game still. The Hurricanes beat Vatek 34-17 on Saturday. The game against Pitt this Saturday is a noon game at Pitt to end the season. We will see what happens beyond that. Inter Miami, if you were paying attention, blew out FC Cincinnati 4-0 on Sunday. Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
And Messi had a goal, correct?
Yes, he did.
And they will continue their playoff run against NYCFC. So we'll see what happens here. It'd be nice to see if they can win it all with Leo Messi and then move into the new stadium next season. FIU football, Solana mentioned this a couple times during the show today, but FIU football has become bowl eligible with their 6th win of the season, which happened Saturday over Jacksonville State. So good job by them. Florida Gators, they lost to Tennessee, did not cover, by the way. They're 3-8. They are not getting Lane Kiffin, so stop saying that you think he's coming there.
Here we
And
go, Lane.
FSU is going to keep Mike Norvell as their head coach next season. So,
Oh, did you
there
see
you go.
the? Did you see the game? I know you didn't watch the Gator game. Did you see the score?
No.
It could have been. It could have been 50-0. They were up 31 doo-doo at halftime. They embarrassed the Florida Gators in the swamp.
That was at the Swamp?
In the swamp, Tennessee was up by 31 points at half. Crazy.
Wow. That is just nuts. What happened to your team, man?
This damn Billy Napier came in nice.
Billy
Pleasantries.
Napier. Billy Napier. All
Got a
right.
scapegoat.
Oh, and I just saw this too. The New York Giants are the first team to be officially eliminated from playoff contention. Did you see? They were up on Detroit. That was the Giants' game to win. I don't know what is wrong with that team, but what a disaster they are.
And your boy Jameis was showing out.
I love watching Jameis play. I really
do
enjoy
too.
watching him play. He's just fun, man. Shador
He's one
Sanders
of my
too. He got his first win.
Yeah, he wasn't that impressive. I'm glad they won and all, and I'm a fan of the family. But 11 for 20, he didn't really do much.
But he won.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you watched him and you went, oh my God. But he did have that long pass. It was like a 50 plus yard pass, and he was scrambling on. But like I said earlier, they just looked like they were rejuvenated under him. And sometimes you need that. It happened with the Giants and Jackson Dart, where all of a sudden they just looked like a different team. So,
we talk about that. You bring in a young quarterback and it rejuvenates your team. They did it twice in one season, which is Flacco.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. We got Dylan Gabriel. Okay, never mind. We got Shador Sanders. Boy, the Browns will mess up something real quick.
Anyway, he will start the next game for them on Sunday. I'll give you weather here for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour, sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Rude AC systems. Make your AC great again. Visit chillzoneac.com. 77 right now in Miami, getting down to low 70s on the overnight, and it'll be low 70s when you wake up tomorrow, and mostly sunny all day long in Miami on Tuesday. All right, Alex Dono is going to join us in the next segment. He hosts the Locked On Canes podcast, and he can give us a better idea what scenarios would vault the University of Miami. As silly as this sounds, what scenarios would vault the University of Miami into the ACC championship game? Because there is a possibility that happens. So Alex Dono will talk some Canes with us in the next segment, so do not go anywhere.
If you're looking for some fun and shopping, you're looking at football, you're trying to see where the Canes are going, what happened with the Dolphins, hell, go to Tootsie's. You have a good time no matter what happens. If you're mourning, Tootsie's. Celebrating, go to Tootsie's. It is amazing. The world's largest strip club, and I'm not just saying that. It is 2 levels of adult entertainment, beautiful dancers, amazing food. I'm talking about a full kitchen, food specials every single day. And when every day, they're open from noon to 6 a.m. That's 18 hours. Food specials, $100 bottles, half-price drinks until 8 p.m. every single day. Full restaurant, 4 full liquor bars. They have a sports bar in the back with pool tables. I'm talking about it's set. Dozens and dozens of TVs. No matter what sport you're watching, the soccer's going on, hockey, baseball, football, basketball, MMA, UFC, there's going to be on TV. And if it goes to commercial break, you look over at the stage. And there will be beautiful entertainment there on stage. I'm telling you, it's right around the corner from Hard Rock Stadium. So pregame there, don't worry about the bugs or the weather or the rain. You can pregame there. If you're leaving the stadium, you don't want to sit in traffic, go to Tootsie's. It's right around the corner. Wait for the traffic to die down, and you'll have a good time, not sitting in traffic and enjoying yourself. And on Sundays from noon to 5 p.m., it is the tailgate takeover. You can tailgate there for real, but from noon to 5, it is a real tailgate takeover, and it's a $10 menu. You don't get $10 meals anymore, but at Tootsie's you do. Chicken wings, smash burger with fries, fried shrimp with fries, cheese pizza, and chicken nachos are $10 from noon to 5 on Sundays. Head over to Tootsie's Cabaret. Enjoy yourself. Watch your games. Have a good time. Take your friends. You got to spend 15, 20 minutes, an hour to have something, to do something. Head to Tootsie's Cabaret. Go to tootsiescabaret.com for more information.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Got a horse running at Saratoga? Give me anything. You got a lottery ticket? You got some numbers? What do you got?